Hello there, and welcome to this quiet corner of the internet, where knowledge meets tranquility. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Maybe you've had one of those days where your mind simply won't settle, or perhaps you're someone who finds comfort in gentle learning as you drift towards sleep. Either way, this journey is crafted just for you. Tonight, we're not just exploring facts. We're wandering through a world that exists right beside us yet often goes unnoticed. The world of plants, these silent companions that share our homes, our air, and our lives in ways more profound than most people ever realize. You have nothing to do but rest now. Let your shoulders drop, your breathing slow, and your thoughts grow light as we explore 100 fascinating truths about the green world around us. We'll discover how these quiet beings work through the night to clean the very air you breathe. We'll learn about their secret chemical conversations and their remarkable ability to sense and respond to our presence. Some of what you hear tonight might surprise you, or at the very least, spark a gentle curiosity as you settle into sleep. Before we begin, if these calm explorations help you unwind or give you a peaceful way to end your day, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It helps other restless souls find their way here too. One peaceful night at a time. Now, let's begin our gentle journey into the world of plants and sleep. Plants have been humanity's silent partners in the quest for better sleep for thousands of years. Long before we understood the science behind their effects, ancient civilizations recognized that certain green companions could transform a restless night into peaceful slumber. The Egyptians placed lavender in their burial chambers, not just for its preservation properties, but because they believed it would provide eternal rest. Roman citizens scattered rose petals and mint leaves across their sleeping quarters, trusting in nature's ability to calm the mind. But what they couldn't have known is how these plants were actually changing the very composition of the air around them. Every breath you take in a room with plants is different from the breath you'd take in a room without them. Plants are constantly working, even in complete darkness, to create an environment more conducive to rest and recovery. The air in your bedroom right now contains roughly 21% oxygen and 78% nitrogen, with the remaining 1% made up of various gases, including carbon dioxide. But when you introduce certain plants to your sleeping space, this composition begins to shift in subtle but measurable ways. Some plants, through a special type of photosynthesis, continue producing oxygen even after the sun sets, steadily enriching the air you breathe as you sleep. This process is called crassulacean acid metabolism, or CAM photosynthesis. While most plants shut down their oxygen production at night and actually begin consuming oxygen like we do, CAM plants have evolved a different strategy. They open their leaf pores, called stomata, during the cooler night hours to take in carbon dioxide while simultaneously releasing fresh oxygen. It's as if they're working the night shift, quietly improving your air quality while you rest. The snake plant, with its tall, sword-like leaves striped in shades of green and yellow, is perhaps the most efficient of these nighttime oxygen producers. A single mature snake plant can process the air in a 10 by 10 foot room, removing toxins and producing oxygen throughout the entire night. The plant's thick, waxy leaves store water and nutrients during the day, then use this stored energy to continue their air-purifying work long after darkness falls. What makes this even more remarkable is that snake plants are virtually indestructible. They thrive in low light conditions, require water only every few weeks, and can survive in the forgotten corners of bedrooms where other plants might struggle. Their resilience means they can focus all their energy on what they do best, cleaning your air and producing oxygen without demanding constant care or attention. The science behind how plants improve sleep goes far deeper than simple oxygen production. NASA conducted extensive research on indoor air quality and discovered that common household items release invisible chemicals called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, into the air we breathe. These compounds found in everything from furniture glue to carpet backing, can cause headaches, respiratory irritation, and sleep disturbances. Plants act as living air filters, absorbing these harmful chemicals through their leaves and root systems, then neutralizing them through natural biological processes. The peace lily, with its elegant white blooms and glossy green leaves, can remove up to 90% of formaldehyde from indoor air. Formaldehyde, commonly found in furniture and household products, is particularly disruptive to sleep because it can cause nasal congestion and respiratory irritation that prevents deep restorative rest. But plants don't just clean the air chemically, they also regulate humidity in ways that promote better sleep. Dry air can cause snoring, mouth breathing, and frequent night wakings. Plants naturally release water vapor through their leaves in a process called transpiration, adding moisture to the air around them. A collection of spider plants can raise the humidity in a bedroom from an uncomfortable 20% to a more comfortable 30%, creating conditions that support easier breathing and deeper sleep. Spider plants are particularly fascinating because they seem almost eager to multiply and spread their air-purifying benefits. These cheerful plants produce long, arching stems that develop baby plants or spiderets, which dangle like green ornaments from the parent plant. Each of these babies is a complete plant capable of its own air purification, creating a network of natural air processes that can fill an entire bedroom with cleaner, more breathable air. The relationship between plants and sleep becomes even more intriguing when we explore aromatherapy. Certain plants release natural compounds that directly affect our nervous system, triggering biological responses that promote relaxation and sleep. These aren't just pleasant fragrances, they're bioactive chemicals that can measurably alter brain chemistry and hormone production. Lavender has been studied more extensively than perhaps any other sleep-promoting plant. The purple flowers contain over 100 different aromatic compounds, but the most important for sleep are lanolol and lanylyl acetate. When you inhale these compounds, they bind to olfactory receptors in your nose and send signals directly to the limbic system, the ancient part of your brain responsible for emotions and memory. This direct pathway to the limbic system bypasses conscious thought, creating an immediate physiological response. Within minutes of inhaling lavender's aroma, your heart rate begins to slow, your blood pressure drops, and your brain starts producing more GABA, a neurotransmitter that slows neural activity and promotes feelings of calm and drowsiness. The remarkable thing about lavender is that these effects have been measured in controlled scientific studies. Researchers have found that people who sleep in rooms scented with lavender spend more time in deep, slow-wave sleep, the most restorative phase of the sleep cycle. They wake up feeling more refreshed and alert, with measurably better cognitive performance throughout the following day. But lavender is just one member of a larger family of plants that have evolved to produce sleep-promoting compounds. Jasmine, with its delicate white flowers and intensely sweet fragrance, has been shown to be even more potent than lavender in some studies. The scent of jasmine can increase the efficiency of GABA in the brain by up to 100%, creating a natural sedative effect without the grogginess associated with pharmaceutical sleep aids. Jasmine flowers open primarily in the evening, releasing their strongest fragrance just as the sun sets. This timing isn't coincidental. The plant has evolved to attract night-flying pollinators, and in doing so, it creates the perfect natural aromatherapy experience for humans preparing for sleep. The gentle, sweet scent signals to our brains that day is ending and rest is approaching. Growing jasmine indoors requires bright, indirect light and consistent moisture, making it an ideal plant for bedrooms with east or west-facing windows. Place the plant near an open window, and the evening breeze will naturally distribute its calming fragrance throughout your sleeping space, creating an environment that gently guides your body and mind toward rest. The science of plant-induced relaxation extends beyond aromatherapy to include what researchers call biophilia, the innate human affinity for nature and living things. This isn't just a preference or learned behavior, It's a deep, evolutionary connection that affects us at the cellular level. Studies have shown that simply being in the presence of plants, even without their fragrance, can reduce cortisol levels, lower blood pressure, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, our body's rest and digest response. In one fascinating experiment, researchers asked participants to complete two different tasks: repotting a houseplant and completing a computer-based assignment. After each task, they measured biological markers of stress, including heart rate, blood pressure, and cortisol levels. The results were striking. After working with plants, participants reported feeling comfortable and soothed, and their stress markers decreased significantly. The computer task, in contrast, caused feelings of discomfort and artificial stimulation, with corresponding spikes in stress hormones and blood pressure. This biological response to plants appears to be hardwired into our nervous system. For millions of years, human ancestors lived in close contact with green environments. Lush vegetation signaled safety, fresh water, and abundant resources. Barren landscapes, on the other hand, suggested danger, scarcity, and the need for heightened alertness. Our brains still carry these ancient associations, responding to the presence of plants with feelings of security and calm that naturally promote sleep. Aloe vera represents perhaps the perfect convergence of all these sleep-promoting plant properties. This succulent, with its thick, waxy leaves, is both a cam plant that produces oxygen at night and a living pharmacy that has been used for healing for over 4,000 years. Ancient Egyptian medical texts describe aloe as the plant of immortality, and Cleopatra reportedly used aloe gel as part of her beauty routine. The gel inside aloe vera leaves contains over 75 different bioactive compounds, including vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and enzymes. But for sleep purposes, aloe's most important feature is its ability to continue photosynthesis throughout the night. While you rest, the plant is actively removing carbon dioxide from your bedroom air and replacing it with fresh oxygen, creating an environment that supports deeper, more restorative sleep. Aloe vera is also remarkably low maintenance, thriving when left alone and requiring water only when this means the plant can focus its energy on air purification rather than survival. The soil becomes completely dry. This reseal, making it an ideal bedroom companion for people who want the benefits of plants without the responsibility of intensive care. The relationship between plants and sleep becomes even more compelling when we consider the role of negative ions. These invisible particles carry a negative electrical charge and are naturally produced by plants, waterfalls, ocean waves, and thunderstorms. Negative ions have been shown to increase serotonin levels in the brain, promoting feelings of well-being and relaxation, while also improving the quality of sleep. Indoor environments typically have very few negative ions due to air conditioning, heating systems, and electronic devices, which produce positive ions that can contribute to feelings of fatigue and irritability. Plants help restore the natural balance by generating negative ions through photosynthesis and transpiration, creating an indoor atmosphere that more closely resembles the natural outdoor environments where humans evolved. Certain plants are particularly effective negative ion generators. The spider plant, despite its humble appearance, produces significant quantities of these beneficial particles while simultaneously removing harmful chemicals from the air. The Boston fern, with its delicate feathery fronds, is another excellent negative ion producer, adding both air purification and mood enhancement to any bedroom environment. The chemistry of plant-induced sleep becomes even more fascinating when we examine chamomile, a plant that has been quietly revolutionizing bedrooms for centuries. These small, daisy-like flowers, with their bright white petals and sunny yellow centers, contain a compound called apigenin, which binds to the same brain receptors that pharmaceutical sleep aids target. But unlike synthetic medications, apigenin creates a gentle, natural drowsiness without the risk of dependency or morning grogginess. What makes chamomile particularly remarkable is that the living plant releases these compounds gradually throughout the evening hours. As temperatures cool and humidity rises, the flowers emit tiny quantities of volatile oils that carry apigenin molecules into the air around them. Breathing this naturally medicated air provides a steady, low-dose aromatherapy treatment that builds throughout the night, creating deeper and more sustained relaxation than any single application of chamomile tea or essential oil could provide. Growing chamomile indoors transforms your bedroom into a natural pharmacy that operates on biological time. The plants seem to understand circadian rhythms, releasing more of their active compounds as daylight fades and your body begins its natural preparation for sleep. The gentle, apple-like fragrance becomes more pronounced in the evening, creating a sensory cue that helps train your brain to associate the scent with bedtime. Valerian takes this pharmaceutical approach to bedroom plants even further. The roots of this unassuming plant, with its clusters of small pink and white flowers, contain over 150 different compounds that work together to promote sleep. Valerianic acid and isovaleric acid, the most potent of these compounds, increase levels of GABA in the brain, while also preventing its breakdown, creating a more sustained calming effect than most plants can achieve. Medieval herbalists called valerian the heal-all, and modern research suggests they weren't far off. The plant's root system works like an underground laboratory, concentrating sleep-promoting compounds in concentrations that rival prescription medications. Studies have shown that valerian can reduce the time it takes to fall asleep by up to 50%, while significantly improving sleep quality and reducing nighttime awakenings. But valerian offers more than just pharmaceutical benefits. The plant itself, with its tall stems and delicate flower clusters, creates a living piece of bedroom decor that connects you to centuries of herbal tradition. Growing valerian indoors means having access to fresh roots for preparing natural sleep remedies, while enjoying the psychological comfort of nurturing a plant with such a rich history of healing. The concept of plants as bedroom companions extends beyond individual species to include the complex relationships between different plants and how they can work together to create optimal sleep environments. Companion planting, traditionally used in gardens to improve crop yields and pest control, applies equally well to bedroom plant arrangements designed for sleep enhancement. Certain plant combinations create synergistic effects that amplify each species' individual benefits. A bedroom arrangement of lavender, jasmine, and chamomile, for example, creates layers of aromatherapy that work at different times throughout the evening. Lavender provides immediate relaxation as you prepare for bed. Jasmine deepens this calm as you settle into sleep, and chamomile maintains the peaceful atmosphere throughout the night. Adding air-purifying plants like snake plants and peace lilies to this aromatic foundation creates a complete bedroom ecosystem. While the flowering plants work on your nervous system through scent and visual beauty, the air purifiers work on your respiratory system, removing irritants and adding oxygen that supports deeper, more restorative breathing patterns throughout the night. The positioning of plants within a bedroom matters more than most people realize. Plants placed near the head of the bed have the greatest impact on sleep quality because they're closest to where you breathe throughout the night. A snake plant positioned within 3 feet of your pillow can measurably improve the oxygen content of the air you breathe while sleeping, leading to fewer instances of sleep disruption caused by poor air quality. Flowering plants benefit from placement near windows where they can receive adequate light during the day to produce their sleep-promoting compounds at night. However, they should be positioned so that any fragrance can circulate naturally throughout the room without being overwhelming. A jasmine plant near a partially opened window, for example, allows evening breezes to distribute its calming scent while preventing the fragrance from becoming too concentrated. The relationship between plant placement and humidity also plays a crucial role in sleep quality. Plants positioned in corners or areas with poor air circulation can create pockets of high humidity that may feel uncomfortable during sleep. Strategic placement ensures that the moisture plants release through transpiration distributes evenly throughout the room, creating optimal comfort levels without creating damp spots that could harbour mold or mildew. Understanding seasonal changes in plant behaviour adds another layer to using plants for sleep enhancement. Many sleep-promoting plants follow natural rhythms that correspond to changing day length and temperature patterns. Lavender, for example, produces its strongest essential oils during the warm months when its natural blooming cycle is most active. During winter months, the plant conserves energy and produces fewer aromatic compounds, making it less effective as a sleep aid. This seasonal variation means that successful bedroom plant arrangements often include species that peak at different times of year. While lavender might dominate the summer sleep experience, winter arrangements might rely more heavily on evergreen air purifiers like snake plants and peace lilies, supplemented by aromatherapy from dried herbs or essential oils derived from plants grown during their peak seasons. Some plants actually increase their sleep-promoting properties during winter months. Aloe vera, adapted to harsh desert conditions, often produces more oxygen during cooler months when its metabolism becomes more active. This makes aloe an ideal year-round bedroom companion, providing consistent air purification and oxygen production regardless of seasonal changes. The timing of plant care activities can also influence their effectiveness as sleep aids. Watering plants in the evening stimulates transpiration and can increase humidity levels just as you're preparing for bed. This added moisture in the air can make breathing easier and more comfortable during sleep, particularly in dry climates or during winter months when indoor heating systems reduce humidity levels. Gentle pruning or harvesting of aromatic plants like lavender and chamomile in the evening releases fresh essential oils into the air, creating an immediate aromatherapy effect that can help signal bedtime routines. The physical act of caring for plants also promotes relaxation through what researchers call horticultural therapy, the calming effect of nurturing living things. Plant communication represents one of the most intriguing frontiers in understanding how bedroom plants might enhance sleep. Recent research has revealed that plants produce and respond to chemical signals, creating complex communication networks that might extend to their human caretakers. When plants are stressed or thriving, they release different combinations of volatile compounds that sensitive individuals can detect subconsciously. A healthy, well-cared-for bedroom plant arrangement creates what researchers term a positive plant atmosphere, where the chemical signals from thriving plants promote feelings of well-being and security. These subconscious chemical communications might help explain why some people report feeling more rested and peaceful in rooms with healthy plants, even beyond the measurable effects of air purification and aromatherapy. The electromagnetic properties of living plants add yet another dimension to their sleep-promoting capabilities. Plants generate weak bioelectric fields as part of their normal metabolic processes, and some researchers suggest that these natural energy fields might interact with human biorhythms in ways that promote better sleep. While this area of research is still developing, the theory provides a possible explanation for why many people report feeling more balanced and rested when sleeping near living plants. Certain plants appear to be more bioelectrically active than others. Large-leafed plants like peace lilies and rubber trees generate more measurable electromagnetic activity than smaller plants, possibly due to their greater metabolic activity and larger surface area. This might explain why rooms with substantial plant collections often feel more energetically balanced and conducive to rest than rooms with just one or two small plants. The microbiome effects of bedroom plants represent another emerging area of sleep research. Plants host complex communities of beneficial bacteria and fungi on their root systems and leaf surfaces, and these microorganisms can influence indoor air quality in ways that extend beyond simple chemical filtration. Some plant-associated microbes produce compounds that have been shown to reduce stress hormones and promote relaxation in humans. This microbial dimension means that bedroom plants create living ecosystems rather than just decorative objects. The beneficial bacteria and fungi associated with healthy plants can actually improve the microbial environment of your bedroom, potentially supporting better immune function and reducing inflammation that might interfere with sleep quality. The soil in potted plants also plays a role in sleep enhancement through what researchers call the soil microbiome effect. Healthy potting soil contains billions of beneficial microorganisms that can release negative ions and consume odor-causing compounds, contributing to cleaner, more pleasant bedroom air. Some soil bacteria even produce compounds that have mild sedative properties, adding another layer to the sleep-promoting effects of bedroom plants. Understanding the complete ecological impact of bedroom plants reveals them to be far more than simple decorative elements. They're living systems that actively transform indoor environments in multiple ways, from the obvious effects of air purification and aromatherapy to the subtle influences of bioelectricity, microbial ecology, and chemical communication. Each plant in your bedroom is working continuously, even while you sleep, to create conditions that support deeper rest and more restorative recovery. The cumulative effect of multiple plants working together creates what sleep researchers are beginning to recognize as optimized sleep environments. These aren't just bedrooms with plants in them, but carefully crafted ecosystems where every element works together to promote the biological conditions necessary for truly restorative sleep. The air is cleaner, the humidity is balanced, the aromatherapy is gentle and sustained, and the overall atmosphere supports the natural rhythms that govern healthy sleep cycles. As we continue our exploration of plants and sleep, we'll discover how different cultures have developed unique approaches to using plants for rest and recovery, and how modern science is validating traditional practices that have promoted peaceful sleep for thousands of years. The relationship between humans and plants runs deeper than simple coexistence. It's a partnership that has shaped our evolution and continues to influence our well-being in ways we're only beginning to understand. Traditional Chinese medicine recognized this plant-human partnership over 5,000 years ago, developing sophisticated systems for using bedroom plants to promote what they called shen, or peaceful spirit. Ancient Chinese physicians understood that certain plants could calm the heart-mind, the seat of consciousness and emotion, creating conditions for what they described as floating sleep, a state of deep rest where the spirit could travel freely without disturbance. The Chinese approach to bedroom plants focused not just on individual species, but on creating balanced environments that supported the flow of qi, or life energy, through sleeping spaces. They discovered that plants with round, soft leaves promoted yin energy, the cooling, calming force associated with rest and recovery. Plants with sharp, pointed leaves generated yang energy, the warming, activating force that could disturb sleep if not properly balanced. This ancient wisdom has found validation in modern sleep science. Plants with broad, rounded leaves, like the rubber tree and peace lily do indeed, create more calming environments than plants with sharp, spiky foliage. The soft, visual lines of rounded leaves trigger different neurological responses than angular shapes, activating the parasympathetic nervous system that governs rest and digestion. Traditional Japanese culture developed its own sophisticated understanding of plants and sleep through the practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. Japanese healers observed that people who spent time among living trees experienced deeper, more refreshing sleep for days afterward. This led to the development of indoor practices that brought elements of the forest into sleeping spaces, creating miniature woodland environments that could provide ongoing benefits. The Japanese discovered that certain plants, particularly those with needle-like leaves such as small pine varieties, released compounds called phytoncides that had powerful effects on sleep quality. These airborne chemicals, originally evolved by trees to protect against insects and disease, were found to boost human immune function, while simultaneously promoting relaxation and deeper sleep cycles. Modern research has confirmed that phytoncides can increase the activity of natural killer cells, immune system components that help the body recover and repair during sleep. People who sleep in rooms with phytoncide-producing plants show measurably improved immune markers and report feeling more refreshed upon waking, suggesting that these plant compounds support the restorative functions that occur during deep sleep phases. The Ayurvedic tradition of India contributed its own insights into the relationship between plants and sleep, focusing particularly on the concept of prana, or life force, and how certain plants could enhance the quality of prana in sleeping environments. Ayurvedic practitioners identified specific plants that could balance the three doshas, the fundamental energies that govern physical and mental well-being. According to Ayurveda, disturbed sleep often results from excess vata, the energy associated with movement and activity. Plants that could calm vata energy, particularly those with cooling properties and gentle fragrances, became central to Ayurvedic sleep practices. The neem tree, with its ability to purify air and produce cooling effects, was considered especially valuable for creating peaceful sleeping environments. Tulsi, or holy basil, occupied a special place in Ayurvedic sleep practices. This aromatic plant was believed to purify not just the physical air, but also the subtle energetic atmosphere of sleeping spaces. Modern analysis has revealed that Tulsi produces compounds called eugenol and rosmarinic acid, which have measurable anti-anxiety and sleep-promoting effects similar to those found in more commonly known plants like lavender and chamomile. The indigenous peoples of North America developed their own sophisticated traditions around plants and sleep, often focusing on the spiritual and emotional aspects of plant relationships. Many tribes practiced what could be called companion sleeping, where specific plants were chosen not just for their physical effects, but for to provide protection and guidance during the vulnerable state of sleep. Sweetgrass, considered sacred by many plains tribes, was often woven into sleeping mats or burned as incense before bed. The plant's vanilla-like fragrance was believed to attract positive dreams while warding off nightmares and negative energies. Modern chemical analysis shows that sweetgrass contains coumarin, a compound with mild sedative properties that can indeed promote more peaceful sleep. Cedar, another plant sacred to many indigenous cultures, was traditionally used to create sleeping environments that promoted prophetic dreams and spiritual insight. The plant's natural antimicrobial properties helped create cleaner air, while its distinctive fragrance was believed to open pathways between the physical and spiritual worlds during sleep. Contemporary research has found that cedar's aromatic compounds can reduce cortisol levels and promote the alpha brainwaves associated with deep relaxation. The European herbalist tradition contributed detailed knowledge about the timing and preparation of sleep-promoting plants. Medieval monasteries maintained extensive herb gardens, specifically for creating what they called dormitory herbs, plants cultivated to enhance the quality of rest for monks who needed to wake for midnight prayers while still maintaining their health and spiritual clarity. These monastic herbalists discovered that the potency of sleep-promoting plants varied dramatically based on when and how they were harvested. Lavender picked at dawn contained different concentrations of essential oils than lavender harvested at sunset. Chamomile flowers gathered during the full moon had measurably stronger sedative effects than those collected during other lunar phases. Modern chronobiology has begun to explain these traditional observations. Plants follow circadian rhythms just as humans do, with their production of bioactive compounds fluctuating throughout 24-hour cycles. Understanding these natural rhythms allows for optimal timing of plant care activities to maximize their sleep-promoting benefits. The concept of lunar influences on plant chemistry, long dismissed as folklore, has found support in recent research showing that gravitational forces do indeed affect plant metabolism and compound production. Plants harvested or cared for during specific lunar phases show different concentrations of active ingredients, suggesting that traditional timing practices may have scientific validity. Temperature cycles also play crucial roles in plant-based sleep enhancement. Many aromatic plants release their strongest fragrances during the cool evening hours, when volatile compounds can disperse more effectively without being broken down by heat. This natural timing aligns perfectly with human sleep preparation, creating a synchronized system where plants automatically increase their therapeutic effects just as our bodies begin preparing for rest. The phenomenon of plant memory represents one of the most intriguing recent discoveries in sleep-related plant science. Research has shown that plants can form what appears to be memories of environmental conditions, adjusting their behavior based on past experiences. A bedroom plant that has been consistently cared for and exposed to regular sleep-wake cycles may actually adapt its metabolism to support these rhythms. Plants grown in bedrooms show different patterns of oxygen production and aromatic compound release compared to the same species grown in other environments. The bedroom plants seem to learn the household's sleep schedule, increasing their beneficial activities during evening hours and maintaining steady air purification throughout typical sleep periods. This adaptive behavior suggests that the relationship between humans and bedroom plants becomes more beneficial over time. A snake plant that has lived in your bedroom for months may be more effective at promoting your sleep than a newly purchased plant of the same species, because it has adapted its biological rhythms to match your household patterns. The stress reduction effects of bedroom plants extend beyond their chemical and physical properties to include what psychologists call restoration theory. This framework explains how certain environments can restore mental and emotional resources that become depleted during daily activities. Natural environments, including indoor spaces with abundant plant life, have been shown to be particularly effective at this kind of psychological restoration. Bedroom plants contribute to restoration through what researchers term soft fascination, a gentle, effortless form of attention that allows the mind to recover from the directed attention required by work and daily responsibilities. The subtle movements of plant leaves, the play of light and shadow through foliage, and the quiet presence of living things create a restorative environment that naturally promotes the mental quieting necessary for sleep. Color psychology also plays a role in how bedroom plants enhance sleep quality. The various shades of green found in plant foliage have been shown to have specific effects on the nervous system, with certain greens promoting relaxation, while others maintain alertness. The soft blue-green colors of plants like eucalyptus and sage have particularly strong calming effects, while the deeper greens of plants like rubber trees and peace lilies create feelings of security and grounding. The visual texture of plant foliage adds another dimension to sleep-promoting environments. Soft, fuzzy leaves, like those found on African violets and lamb's ear, create visual tactile experiences that promote feelings of comfort and safety. Smooth, glossy leaves like those of snake plants and peace lilies create clean, orderly visual experiences that can help calm busy minds and reduce mental chatter. Plant size and scale within bedroom environments also influence sleep quality in measurable ways. Large plants create what environmental psychologists call presence, a sense of living companionship that can reduce feelings of loneliness or anxiety that sometimes interfere with sleep. Small plants, on the other hand, create intimacy and can be more comforting for people who might find large plants overwhelming or intrusive. The optimal bedroom plant arrangement often includes plants of varying sizes and textures, creating visual depth and interest without overwhelming the space. A large floor plant like a fiddle leaf fig can anchor the room and provide substantial air purification, while smaller plants on nightstands or windowsills create points of gentle interest that draw the eye without stimulating alertness. Seasonal light changes affect how bedroom plants contribute to sleep quality throughout the year. During winter months when natural light is limited, plants may require supplemental lighting to maintain their air purifying and oxygen producing capabilities. However, this artificial lighting must be carefully managed to avoid disrupting natural circadian rhythms. Full-spectrum grow lights that can be dimmed or programmed to follow natural daylight patterns allow bedroom plants to maintain their beneficial activities without creating the blue light exposure that can interfere with melatonin production. Some modern plant lighting systems are specifically designed to support both plant health and human circadian rhythms, providing the wavelengths plants need for photosynthesis, while avoiding the frequencies that can disrupt sleep. The concept of plant succession in bedroom environments mirrors natural forest development, where different species dominate at different stages of ecological development. A bedroom plant collection might begin with hardy, fast-growing species like pothos and spider plants that quickly establish air purification and humidity benefits. Over time, slower growing but more specialized plants like orchids and gardenias can be added to provide specific aromatherapy and aesthetic benefits. This succession approach allows bedroom plant environments to evolve and mature, becoming more complex and beneficial over time. Mature plant collections often develop their own microclimates, with subtle variations in humidity, air movement, and chemical composition that create optimal conditions for sleep throughout different areas of the bedroom. The root systems of bedroom plants contribute to sleep quality in ways that extend beyond what's visible above ground. Healthy root systems support robust plant metabolism, ensuring consistent production of oxygen and beneficial compounds. But roots also interact with soil microorganisms in ways that can influence indoor air quality and even electromagnetic fields within the bedroom. Mycorrhizal fungi, the beneficial organisms that form partnerships with plant roots, can extend the effective reach of plant benefits throughout bedroom environments. These fungal networks help plants communicate with each other and coordinate their activities, potentially creating more effective air purification and aromatherapy than individual plants could achieve alone. The choice of potting soil for bedroom plants can significantly impact their sleep-promoting effectiveness. Organic soils rich in beneficial microorganisms support plant health while also contributing their own air-purifying benefits. Some soil components, like activated charcoal and zeolite, can absorb odors and toxins independently of plant activity, adding additional layers of air purification to bedroom environments. Container selection for bedroom plants also influences their effectiveness as sleep aids. Porous materials like unglazed clay and natural stone allow for better air exchange around root systems and can help regulate soil moisture in ways that support optimal plant health. The thermal mass of stone containers can also help moderate temperature fluctuations that might stress plants and reduce their beneficial activities. The integration of bedroom plants with other sleep hygiene practices creates synergistic effects that enhance overall sleep quality. Plants complement practices like maintaining cool temperatures, using comfortable bedding, and following consistent sleep schedules by creating environmental conditions that support these other interventions. For example, the humidity regulation provided by bedroom plants works together with appropriate sleepwear and bedding materials to create optimal thermal comfort throughout the night. The air purification benefits of plants enhance the effectiveness of air filtration systems and reduce the need for chemical air fresheners that might disrupt sleep. The aromatherapy effects of flowering bedroom plants can be integrated with other relaxation practices, like meditation, gentle stretching, or reading before bed. The natural timing of plant fragrance release creates a consistent environmental cue that can help establish and maintain healthy bedtime routines. Plant care activities themselves can become part of effective bedtime routines. The gentle, mindful actions involved in watering plants, checking soil moisture, or adjusting plant positions can serve as transition activities that help the mind shift from daytime alertness to evening relaxation. These caring activities engage what psychologists call the tend and befriend response, a neurological pattern that promotes feelings of safety and calm. The long-term relationship between humans and bedroom plants creates what researchers term biophilic bonding, a deep connection with living things that can provide ongoing psychological benefits. People who maintain bedroom plants over months and years often report feeling more connected to natural rhythms and more aware of seasonal changes, even when living in urban environments with limited access to nature. This connection to natural cycles through bedroom plants can help regulate circadian rhythms and improve overall sleep quality. The subtle daily and seasonal changes in plant appearance and behavior provide environmental cues that help the human nervous system maintain its natural timing mechanisms, even in artificial indoor environments. Or the investment of time and attention required to maintain bedroom plants creates what psychologists call meaningful engagement, a sense of purpose and connection that can reduce the rumination and worry that often interfere with sleep. Caring for living things provides a gentle focus for attention that can help quiet the busy thoughts that keep many people awake at night. As our understanding of the relationship between plants and sleep continues to evolve, new discoveries are revealing even more sophisticated ways that these green companions enhance our rest and recovery. The simple act of sharing your sleeping space with living plants creates a partnership that benefits both human and plant well-being, fostering deeper sleep and more vibrant health for all the living things in your bedroom ecosystem. The therapeutic effects of bedroom plants extend into the realm of sound, creating subtle acoustic environments that can dramatically improve sleep quality. Living plants act as natural sound dampeners, their leaves and stems absorbing high-frequency noises that can fragment sleep cycles. The soft surfaces of plant foliage break up sound waves in ways that hard furniture and walls cannot, reducing the sharp edges of disruptive noises like traffic, air conditioning units, or neighbor activities. Large-leafed plants like Monstera deliciosa and rubber trees are particularly effective at sound absorption, their broad surfaces creating natural acoustic panels that can reduce ambient noise levels by several decibels. This sound dampening effect is especially pronounced in the higher frequencies that tend to be most disruptive to sleep, creating a quieter, more peaceful sleeping environment without the need for mechanical white noise machines. The gentle rustling of plant leaves creates what acoustic researchers call pink noise, a type of sound that actually promotes deeper sleep by masking other environmental sounds while providing a consistent, soothing background. Unlike white noise, which contains equal energy across all frequencies, pink noise has more energy in lower frequencies, creating a softer, more natural sound that the human brain processes as calming rather than alerting. Plants with delicate, mobile foliage like ferns and trailing pothos create the most beneficial pink noise effects. Even the slightest air movement causes these plants to produce soft, irregular sounds that help mask sudden noises while avoiding the mechanical predictability of artificial sound machines. This natural sound masking can significantly reduce the number of times you wake during the night due to environmental disturbances. The electromagnetic properties of bedroom plants create another layer of sleep enhancement that scientists are only beginning to understand. Living plants generate weak bioelectric fields as part of their normal cellular processes, and these natural energy fields may help counteract the electromagnetic pollution created by electronic devices in modern bedrooms. Cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, and other electronic devices emit electromagnetic radiation that some researchers believe can interfere with natural sleep cycles by disrupting the pineal gland's production of melatonin. While the science is still developing, some studies suggest that the bioelectric fields generated by living plants may help neutralize these artificial electromagnetic influences, creating a more natural, energetic environment for sleep. Certain plants appear to be more effective than others at generating beneficial bioelectric activity. Plants with high water content and rapid growth rates, such as spider plants and pothos, create more measurable electromagnetic activity than slower-growing, drier plants. The constant movement of water and nutrients through these plants' vascular systems generates gentle electrical currents that may help restore natural electromagnetic balance to bedroom environments. The concept of plant intelligence has gained scientific credibility in recent years, revealing that plants can respond to environmental changes in ways that suggest they may actually be aware of human presence and activity patterns. Bedroom plants exposed to regular human sleep-wake cycles begin to adjust their own biological rhythms to match household patterns, potentially maximizing their beneficial effects during the hours when they're most needed. This plant responsiveness extends to stress detection. Plants can sense changes in the chemical composition of human breath and sweat that indicate stress or anxiety. Some researchers theorize that bedroom plants may increase their production of calming compounds in response to these stress signals, creating a kind of biological feedback loop where the plants actively work to restore emotional balance in their human companions. The timing of plant metabolic activities becomes particularly important in this context. Plants that have adapted to bedroom environments often show increased nighttime activity in their beneficial processes, producing more oxygen, releasing more aromatic compounds, and increasing their air purification activities during typical human sleep hours. This suggests a level of environmental awareness that goes beyond simple circadian rhythms. Water plays a crucial role in how bedroom plants enhance sleep quality, both through the plant's own water needs and their effects on environmental humidity. The act of watering plants in the evening can increase local humidity levels just as you're preparing for sleep, creating more comfortable breathing conditions that support deeper rest. Different plants have varying effects on bedroom humidity levels. Plants that transpire heavily, like Boston ferns and peace lilies, can significantly increase moisture levels in dry environments. However, in already humid climates, these same plants might create uncomfortable conditions that could interfere with sleep. Understanding your local climate and adjusting plant selections accordingly ensures optimal humidity levels for rest. The quality of water used for bedroom plants also impacts their effectiveness as sleep aids. Chlorinated tap water can stress plants and reduce their production of beneficial compounds. Using filtered or distilled water helps maintain plant health and ensures maximum production of the oxygen and aromatic compounds that promote better sleep. The temperature regulation effects of bedroom plants add another dimension to their sleep-promoting benefits. Through transpiration, plants release water vapor that has a cooling effect on immediate surroundings. This natural air conditioning can help maintain optimal sleeping temperatures without the noise and air circulation disruption of mechanical cooling systems. Large plants with substantial leaf surface area can create measurable temperature differences in their immediate vicinity. A large monstera or rubber tree can reduce local temperatures by several degrees through evapotranspiration, creating comfortable microclimates around beds that promote deeper sleep without affecting the entire room's temperature. Seasonal variations in plant temperature effects mean that bedroom plant arrangements may need adjustment throughout the year. During hot summer months, plants with high transpiration rates can provide welcome cooling effects. In winter, when indoor heating systems create dry conditions, these same plants help maintain comfortable humidity levels, while their reduced transpiration prevents excessive cooling. The chemical complexity of plant-produced compounds continues to reveal new pathways for sleep enhancement. Recent research has identified previously unknown aromatic molecules in common bedroom plants that have specific effects on human neurotransmitter systems. These discoveries suggest that the sleep-promoting effects of plants may be far more sophisticated and targeted than previously understood. Monoterpenes, a class of compounds found in many aromatic plants, have been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier and directly influence neural activity in areas of the brain responsible for sleep regulation. Different monoterpenes have different effects, with some promoting initial drowsiness while others support sustained deep sleep throughout the night. The interaction between different plant-produced compounds creates what chemists call synergistic effects, where the combined impact is greater than the sum of individual components. A bedroom with multiple plant species may produce complex chemical interactions that create more powerful sleep-promoting effects than any single plant could achieve alone. Timing becomes crucial in understanding these chemical interactions. Different plants release their active compounds at different times during evening hours, creating waves of aromatherapy that can guide the natural progression from wakefulness through light sleep to deep restorative rest. Early evening plants might promote initial relaxation, while late evening species support the transition to deeper sleep phases. The soil ecosystem surrounding bedroom plants contributes its own sleep-enhancing effects through the production of beneficial microorganisms and negative ions. Healthy potting soil contains billions of bacteria and fungi that process organic matter and release compounds that can improve air quality and even produce mild mood-enhancing effects. Some soil bacteria produce compounds similar to antidepressants, potentially contributing to the mood improvements that many people report when keeping bedroom plants. These microscopic organisms work continuously, processing nutrients and organic matter while releasing beneficial compounds into the air around the plants. The root zone of bedroom plants creates what soil scientists call the rhizosphere, a zone of intense biological activity that extends several inches beyond the visible root system. This invisible ecosystem processes air, water, and nutrients in ways that can benefit the entire bedroom environment, creating effects that extend far beyond the plant's visible presence. Mycorrhizal networks, the fungal partnerships that connect plant root systems, may create communication pathways between different bedroom plants that allow them to coordinate their beneficial activities. These underground networks can share resources and information, potentially creating more efficient and effective plant-based sleep enhancement systems. The psychological impact of plant colors extends beyond the calming effects of green to include subtle influences from flowers and variegated foliage. The soft purples of lavender flowers and African violet blooms have been shown to promote feelings of tranquility and spiritual calm that can ease the transition from wakefulness to sleep. White flowers, like those found on jasmine and gardenia plants, create visual associations with purity and peace that can help quiet mental activity and reduce the anxiety that often interferes with sleep. The gentle contrast between white blooms and green foliage creates visual harmony that promotes mental balance and emotional stability. Variegated plants with cream, yellow, or silver markings add visual interest without the stimulating effects of bright colors. These subtle color variations create gentle focal points that can help distract from worrying thoughts while maintaining the overall calming atmosphere necessary for sleep preparation. The seasonal changes in plant appearance provide natural cues that help maintain healthy circadian rhythms even in controlled indoor environments. Plants that change throughout the year, showing growth spurts in spring, flowering in summer, or dormancy in winter, help maintain connection to natural cycles that support healthy sleep patterns. Plant maintenance activities can be integrated into evening routines in ways that promote relaxation and sleep preparation. The gentle, repetitive motions involved in plant care activate what neuroscientists call the relaxation response, a physiological state characterized by reduced heart rate, lower blood pressure, and increased production of calming neurotransmitters. Pruning, leaf cleaning, and soil checking provide meditative activities that focus attention on immediate concrete tasks rather than the abstract worries that often keep people awake. These activities engage the hands and eyes in ways that naturally quiet mental chatter and promote the mental stillness necessary for sleep. The timing of plant care can enhance its sleep-promoting benefits. Evening watering, for example, not only increases humidity for better breathing during sleep, but also provides a transition activity that signals the end of the active day and the beginning of rest preparation. Plant propagation activities, like rooting cuttings or dividing plants, create ongoing projects that provide gentle mental engagement without the stress or urgency associated with work-related tasks. Having plant projects to look forward to can reduce the rumination and planning that often keep minds active when they should be settling towards sleep. The spiritual and emotional dimensions of plant relationships add depth to their sleep-promoting effects that goes beyond their physical and chemical properties. Many cultures recognize plants as spiritual companions that provide protection, guidance, and comfort during the vulnerable state of sleep. The act of caring for living things creates what psychologists call generative satisfaction, a sense of nurturing and purpose that can reduce the feelings of isolation or meaninglessness that sometimes contribute to sleep difficulties. Knowing that your care is supporting other lives creates a sense of interconnection that can ease existential anxieties. Plant relationships also provide what researchers term non-judgmental companionship. Plants respond to care and attention without the complex social dynamics that characterize human relationships, offering a form of companionship that is purely positive and accepting. This unconditional relationship can provide emotional comfort that supports peaceful sleep. The responsibility of plant care creates gentle structure and routine that can support healthy sleep habits. Regular watering schedules, light adjustments, and growth monitoring provide consistent activities that help establish the regular routines that sleep specialists recommend for maintaining healthy circadian rhythms. The investment of time and attention in plant care creates emotional bonds that deepen over time, transforming bedroom plants from mere decorations into valued companions. These relationships provide continuity and stability that can be particularly comforting during periods of stress or change that might otherwise disrupt sleep patterns. Long-term plant relationships also provide what researchers call life cycle perspective, an awareness of growth, change, and renewal that can help put daily stresses into broader context. Watching plants grow, bloom, rest, and renew themselves provides natural models for the cyclical nature of energy and rest that governs healthy sleep. The integration of bedroom plants with other aspects of sleep hygiene creates comprehensive environments that support rest and recovery through multiple pathways. Plants complement comfortable bedding, appropriate temperatures, and consistent schedules by creating atmospheric conditions that enhance these other sleep-promoting factors. Plant-enhanced bedrooms often require less artificial intervention to maintain optimal sleep conditions. The natural humidity regulation, air purification, and temperature moderation provided by plants can reduce dependence on mechanical systems that might create noise or air movement disturbances. The aesthetic enhancement provided by bedroom plants creates environments that feel more natural and peaceful than stark, plant-free spaces. This visual appeal contributes to what environmental psychologists call place attachment, a positive emotional connection to physical environments that can enhance comfort and relaxation. Plant-enhanced bedrooms often become favorite spaces within homes, places where people naturally want to spend time and feel at ease. This positive association with the bedroom environment can strengthen the mental connections between the space and sleep, making it easier to achieve restful states when entering the room. The ongoing evolution of plant-based bedroom environments creates dynamic, living spaces that change and develop over time. Unlike static decorations, plants provide continuous subtle changes that keep bedrooms interesting without being stimulating, creating environments that remain engaging while supporting the routine that promotes healthy sleep. Seasonal plant care activities provide gentle transitions that help mark the passage of time and maintain awareness of natural cycles. Repotting in spring, adjusting watering in summer, reducing care in winter, and watching for new growth create rhythms that support the biological clocks that govern healthy sleep-wake cycles. The future of plant-enhanced sleep environments may include even more sophisticated applications of botanical science to sleep optimization. Research into plant communication, electromagnetic effects, and chemical interactions continues to reveal new possibilities for using plants to create optimal sleeping conditions. Smart plant care systems that monitor and adjust environmental conditions to maximize plant health and beneficial compound production could create bedroom environments that automatically optimize themselves for sleep quality. These systems might adjust lighting, humidity, and nutrients to ensure plants are producing maximum oxygen and aromatherapy compounds during sleep hours. Selective breeding and cultivation of plants specifically for bedroom use could develop varieties with enhanced sleep-promoting properties. Plants bred for increased nighttime oxygen production, specific aromatic profiles, or particular electromagnetic characteristics could provide even more targeted sleep enhancement than current varieties. The integration of plant-based sleep enhancement with other natural approaches like circadian lighting, temperature regulation, and acoustic optimization could create comprehensive bedroom environments that support every aspect of healthy sleep through natural means rather than technological intervention. As we deepen our understanding of the intricate relationships between plants and human sleep, we discover that these green companions offer far more than simple decoration or basic air purification. They provide complex, multi-layered support for the biological, psychological, and spiritual aspects of rest and recovery, creating bedroom environments that nurture the complete human experience of sleep. The presence of plants in sleeping spaces connects us to the natural world in ways that our ancestors took for granted, but that modern indoor living has largely eliminated. This connection provides not just physical benefits through improved air quality and aromatherapy, but also psychological and spiritual benefits that support the deep rest necessary for optimal health and well-being. The journey into plant-enhanced sleep reveals that the boundary between human and plant well-being is far more fluid than we might expect. The plants that improve our sleep are themselves improved by the stable environment and consistent care they receive in bedroom settings. This mutual benefit creates sustainable relationships that can provide ongoing sleep enhancement for years or even decades. Understanding plants as sleep partners rather than mere decorations transforms how we think about bedroom design and sleep hygiene. Instead of focusing solely on furniture, lighting, and temperature control, we can create living ecosystems that actively work to promote rest and recovery through biological processes that operate continuously, even while we sleep. The wisdom traditions that recognize plants as sleep allies were observing real phenomena that modern science is only beginning to understand fully. The integration of traditional plant knowledge with contemporary sleep research opens new possibilities for natural, sustainable approaches to sleep enhancement that work with biological systems rather than against them. Each plant in a bedroom represents millions of years of evolutionary development that has created sophisticated systems for processing air, light, water, and nutrients in ways that can benefit human health. By inviting these ancient biological technologies into our most private spaces, we tap into natural processes that have been supporting life on Earth long before humans existed. The relationship between plants and sleep exemplifies the broader principle that human health is intimately connected to the health of the natural world around us. Creating bedroom environments that support plant life simultaneously creates conditions that support human rest and recovery, demonstrating the fundamental interconnectedness of all living systems. As you settle deeper into rest tonight, surrounded perhaps by your own green companions, remember that you are participating in relationships that connect you to the deepest patterns of life on Earth. The oxygen you breathe was produced by plant photosynthesis. The calming compounds that ease your transition to sleep were created by plant metabolism. The humidity that keeps your breathing comfortable comes from plant transpiration. Your sleep is not separate from the natural world, but deeply embedded within it. The plants sharing your bedroom space are not just decorations or air filters, but partners in the ancient dance of rest and renewal that sustains all life. As they work quietly through the night to improve your air and atmosphere, they participate in the same cycles of activity and rest that govern your own biological rhythms. The gentle presence of plants in sleeping spaces creates what we might call living sanctuaries. Places where the artificial boundaries between human and natural systems dissolve into cooperative relationships that benefit all participants. These are not just bedrooms with plants in them, but integrated ecosystems where every element works together to support the deep rest that makes life possible. In the quiet hours of night, as you breathe the oxygen your plant companions produce, and rest in the calm their presence creates, you participate in one of the most fundamental relationships in the living world. The partnership between human and plant life, that began millions of years ago continues in your bedroom, creating conditions for the deep, restorative sleep that allows both plants and people to thrive. This ancient partnership reminds us that we are not separate from nature, but part of it. Our health depends on the health of the living systems around us, and our rest is supported by the quiet work of plant companions who share our spaces and our air. In recognizing plants as partners in sleep, we acknowledge our place within the larger web of life that sustains us all. The plants in your bedroom are not just helping you sleep better tonight. They are connecting you to the rhythms and relationships that have supported life on Earth for billions of years. As you drift towards sleep, supported by their quiet presence and gentle work, you join the vast community of living beings who find rest and renewal in the embrace of the natural world. The fascinating world of plant reproduction adds yet another layer to their sleep-enhancing capabilities, as many flowering plants time their reproductive cycles to coincide with evening hours, when their fragrances can travel furthest in the cool, still air. This evolutionary timing creates natural aromatherapy schedules that align perfectly with human sleep preparation, as if plants and people have evolved together to support each other's evening routines. Evening primrose, true to its name, opens its delicate yellow blooms only as daylight fades, releasing a sweet, honey-like fragrance that intensifies throughout the night. This timing isn't accidental. The plant has evolved to attract night-flying moths with its evening perfume, but the same compounds that draw pollinators also have measurable effects on human brain chemistry, promoting the release of serotonin and other neurotransmitters associated with relaxation and contentment. The 4 o'clock flower demonstrates even more precise timing, with its trumpet-shaped blooms opening at exactly 4 in the afternoon and remaining open until the following dawn. These plants seem to understand something fundamental about circadian rhythms, timing their peak fragrance production to coincide with the gradual decline in human alertness that naturally occurs in late afternoon and early evening. Night-blooming cereus takes this timing to an extreme, producing its magnificent white flowers only once per year and only during a single night. The blooms open as darkness falls and close before sunrise, releasing an intoxicating fragrance so powerful that it can be detected from great distances. Indigenous peoples of the American Southwest traditionally stayed awake to witness this rare event, but they also reported that the fragrance from these plants promoted the deepest, most restorative sleep they experienced all year. The synchronization between plant flowering cycles and human sleep patterns suggests a deeper evolutionary relationship than mere coincidence. As humans developed agriculture and began living in close association with plants, our nervous systems may have adapted to respond to the chemical signals that plants use for their own biological timing. The compounds that plants produce to coordinate their reproductive cycles may serve double duty as environmental cues that help regulate human circadian rhythms. This plant-human synchronization becomes even more apparent when we examine how indoor plants adjust their behavior in response to artificial lighting and temperature control. Bedroom plants exposed to consistent household routines begin to shift their metabolic peaks to match human activity patterns, producing more oxygen during sleep hours and releasing stronger fragrances during evening preparation times. The concept of plant memory extends beyond simple environmental adaptation to include what researchers are beginning to recognize as learned responses to human presence and activity. Plants that have lived in bedrooms for extended periods show different patterns of growth, flowering, and compound production compared to identical plants in other environments, suggesting they may actually be responding to the subtle cues provided by their human companions. Temperature sensitivity plays a crucial role in how plants time their sleep-enhancing activities. Most aromatic compounds become more volatile at slightly cooler temperatures, which is why plant fragrances often seem strongest during the cool evening hours, just as people are preparing for bed. This natural timing creates what could be called biological aromatherapy schedules that automatically intensify when they're most needed for sleep preparation. The molecular structure of plant-produced sleep compounds reveals sophisticated chemical engineering that has developed over millions of years of plant evolution. Linalool, one of the primary sleep-promoting compounds found in lavender, has a molecular shape that fits precisely into specific receptor sites in the human brain, much like a key fitting into a lock. This precise molecular matching suggests that the relationship between plants and human nervous systems may be far more specific and intentional than random chemical interactions. Terpenes, the large family of compounds responsible for most plant fragrances, demonstrate remarkable diversity in their effects on human consciousness. Some terpenes promote alertness and energy, while others induce relaxation and drowsiness. The plants that have become most valued as bedroom companions tend to produce terpene profiles heavily weighted toward the relaxing varieties, as if they've specialized in supporting rest rather than stimulation. The complexity of plant chemistry means that each species produces not just one or two active compounds, but entire orchestras of molecules that work together to create specific effects. Chamomile flowers contain over 40 different compounds that contribute to their sleep-promoting properties, with each molecule playing a specific role in the overall therapeutic effect. Some compounds provide immediate relaxation, others support sustained calm throughout the night, and still others help maintain the delicate balance between deep sleep and the lighter phases necessary for healthy sleep cycles. Seasonal variations in plant chemistry add another dimension to understanding how bedroom plants can support sleep throughout the year. Spring growth spurts often increase the production of fresh, green compounds that promote mental clarity and gentle energy. Summer flowering peaks provide maximum aromatherapy benefits when longer daylight hours might otherwise interfere with sleep preparation. Autumn dormancy preparations concentrate essential oils and create more potent therapeutic effects, just as shorter days naturally promote earlier sleep schedules. Winter plant chemistry tends toward conservation and concentration, with many species producing their most potent sleep-promoting compounds during the months when reduced daylight and colder temperatures naturally encourage more rest. This seasonal timing suggests that bedroom plants can provide adaptive support that changes throughout the year to match human seasonal sleep needs. The root chemistry of bedroom plants contributes to sleep enhancement in ways that remain largely invisible but measurably effective. Root systems produce and release compounds into the soil that create beneficial bacterial and fungal communities, and these soil microorganisms in turn produce their own sleep-supporting substances. Some soil bacteria manufacture compounds chemically similar to benzodiazepines, the class of medications commonly used to treat anxiety and sleep disorders. This underground pharmaceutical activity means that bedroom plants are essentially creating natural medicine factories in their root zones, processing soil nutrients and organic matter into compounds that can improve mood, reduce anxiety, and promote better sleep. The beneficial effects of bedroom plants may therefore come not just from their visible portions, but from the entire ecosystem of biological activity surrounding their root systems. Soil pH levels affect the production and availability of these root zone compounds, with slightly acidic soils generally promoting higher concentrations of beneficial substances. Many sleep-promoting plants prefer soil conditions that optimize their production of therapeutic compounds, suggesting that proper plant care directly translates to enhanced sleep benefits. The water uptake and processing systems of bedroom plants create continuous cycles of purification that extend beyond simple air cleaning to include the processing of dissolved chemicals and the production of beneficial negative ions. As plants draw water up through their root systems and release it through their leaves, they're essentially operating as biological water treatment and air conditioning systems that work around the clock to optimize bedroom environments. Different plants process water at different rates and with different effects on humidity and air quality. Fast transpiring plants like Boston ferns can process several cups of water per day, creating significant humidity increases and substantial negative ion production. Slower transpiring plants like snake plants and ZZ plants provide steadier, more consistent environmental effects that build gradually over time. The timing of plant watering can be used strategically to enhance sleep preparation routines. Evening watering stimulates increased transpiration, just as humidity levels naturally drop with cooler temperatures, creating optimal breathing conditions for sleep. The gentle sounds of water being absorbed by soil and the subtle increase in plant activity that follows watering can provide sensory cues that help signal the beginning of evening wind-down routines. Plant containers and growing media contribute their own sleep-enhancing effects through thermal mass, moisture regulation, and electromagnetic properties. Clay pots absorb and release heat slowly, helping to moderate temperature fluctuations that might disturb sleep. Natural materials like stone and unglazed ceramics interact with plant root systems in ways that enhance beneficial compound production, while providing electromagnetic grounding that may help neutralize artificial electromagnetic fields from electronic devices. The choice of potting mix affects not only plant health but also the production of sleep-promoting compounds and the development of beneficial soil ecosystems. Organic potting mixes rich in compost and natural materials support the growth of beneficial microorganisms, while providing the nutrients plants need to produce optimal levels of therapeutic compounds. Some organic amendments, like worm castings and aged leaf mold, contain their own sleep-supporting substances that add to the overall therapeutic effect of bedroom plant systems. Seasonal plant care adjustments can be used to maximize sleep benefits throughout the year. Spring repotting stimulates root growth and increases plant metabolism, leading to enhanced air purification and compound production during the months when increased daylight might otherwise interfere with sleep preparation. Summer pruning and deadheading concentrate plant energy into the production of new growth and flowers, maximizing aromatherapy benefits during the peak growing season. Autumn plant preparation, including reduced watering and fertilization, helps plants transition into their natural dormancy cycles while concentrating their therapeutic compounds for maximum potency during winter months. Winter plant care focuses on maintaining stable conditions that support consistent air purification and oxygen production during the months when indoor air quality is typically poorest due to closed windows and increased heating system operation. The propagation of bedroom plants creates opportunities to expand sleep-enhancing benefits while deepening the human-plant relationship through the nurturing activities involved in plant reproduction. Rooting cuttings, dividing plants, and growing new specimens from seeds provides ongoing projects that engage attention in positive, life-affirming ways, while reducing the rumination and worry that often interfere with sleep. Plant propagation activities also create what could be called generational continuity in bedroom plant relationships. Growing new plants from established bedroom companions maintains and expands the beneficial effects while creating emotional connections that deepen over time. Many people report that plants grown from cuttings of successful bedroom specimens seem to adapt more quickly to sleep-supporting roles, as if they inherit their parents' learned responses to human sleep patterns. The sharing of plant cuttings and divisions with friends and family members spreads sleep-enhancing benefits, while creating social connections around plant care and natural health practices. This community aspect of plant propagation provides social support for healthy sleep habits, while reducing the isolation that can contribute to sleep difficulties. Seasonal plant rotation allows bedroom environments to benefit from different species' peak performance periods, while providing variety and interest that keeps plant relationships engaging over long periods. Spring bulbs like hyacinths and tulips can provide early season aromatherapy benefits, while summer flowering plants like jasmine and gardenia offer peak fragrance during longer daylight periods. Autumn and winter plants like cyclamen and Christmas cactus provide colour and interest during months when outdoor plants are dormant. This rotation approach also allows plant enthusiasts to experiment with different species and find the combinations that work best for their individual sleep needs and preferences. Some people respond better to floral fragrances, while others prefer the clean, green scents of foliage plants. Some benefit from high humidity levels, while others sleep better in drier conditions. Seasonal rotation provides opportunities to discover and refine the optimal plant combinations for individual sleep enhancement. The integration of bedroom plants with other natural sleep aids creates comprehensive approaches to rest and recovery that address multiple aspects of sleep quality simultaneously. Plants complement natural sleep aids like herbal teas, essential oils, and relaxation techniques by providing environmental support for these other interventions. Herbal teas made from homegrown bedroom plants provide direct internal benefits that work together with the environmental effects of the living plants. Fresh chamomile tea made from flowers grown in the bedroom creates a complete aromatherapy experience that includes both airborne compounds from the living plant and direct ingestion of therapeutic substances through the tea. Essential oils distilled from homegrown plants provide concentrated aromatherapy that can supplement the gentler effects of living plants during periods when maximum relaxation support is needed. The process of making essential oils from bedroom plants also provides engaging activities that focus attention on positive, health-supporting practices rather than stress and worry. Relaxation and meditation practices benefit from the living presence of plants, which provide focal points for attention and breathing exercises while contributing their own calming environmental effects. The gentle movements of plant leaves, the subtle changes in light and shadow through foliage, and the quiet presence of growing things create ideal environments for the mental stillness that supports both meditation and sleep. The scientific study of plant-human interactions continues to reveal new mechanisms through which bedroom plants enhance sleep quality and overall well-being. Recent research in the field of plant neurobiology suggests that plants may be far more responsive to their environments than previously understood, with some species showing behavior patterns that could be interpreted as primitive forms of learning and memory. This emerging understanding of plant intelligence has implications for bedroom plant selection and care, suggesting that plants may actually adapt their behavior to better support their human companions over time. The most effective bedroom plants may be those that demonstrate the greatest capacity for environmental responsiveness and adaptive behavior. Electromagnetic research is revealing that plants generate complex bioelectric fields that may interact with human nervous systems in ways that promote relaxation and better sleep. The measurement of these plant-generated fields is still in its early stages, but preliminary findings suggest that certain species produce electromagnetic signatures that correspond to the brainwave patterns associated with deep, restorative sleep. Chemical analysis of plant-produced compounds continues to identify new molecules with sleep-promoting properties, expanding our understanding of how plants support human rest and recovery. Some recently discovered plant compounds appear to work through novel transmitter systems, suggesting that plants' pathways that don't involve traditional neurot may support sleep through multiple, parallel mechanisms that work together to create comprehensive effects. The future of plant-enhanced sleep environments may include even more sophisticated applications of botanical science to optimize rest and recovery. Advances in plant breeding and cultivation techniques could produce varieties specifically designed for bedroom use, with enhanced production of beneficial compounds, improved air purification capabilities, and behavioral characteristics optimized for human sleep support. Smart growing systems that monitor and adjust plant care parameters in real time could ensure that bedroom plants are always operating at peak effectiveness for sleep enhancement. These systems might adjust light, water, nutrients, and environmental conditions based on both plant needs and human sleep patterns, creating dynamically optimized bedroom environments that adapt continuously to changing conditions. The integration of plant-based sleep enhancement with other emerging technologies could create comprehensive bedroom environments that support every aspect of healthy rest through natural means. Circadian lighting systems that coordinate with plant photosynthetic cycles, temperature regulation that works with plant transpiration patterns, and acoustic systems that incorporate natural plant-generated sounds could create bedroom environments that feel completely natural while providing sophisticated support for optimal sleep. Research into plant communication and networking may reveal ways to create bedroom plant communities that coordinate their beneficial activities for maximum sleep enhancement. If plants can indeed communicate with each other and coordinate their behavior, it may be possible to design plant arrangements that work together as integrated systems rather than individual specimens. The potential for genetic modification of plants specifically for sleep enhancement raises both exciting possibilities and important ethical questions about the relationship between humans and the natural world. While the ability to enhance plants' therapeutic properties through genetic techniques could provide powerful tools for natural sleep improvement, such modifications also raise questions about maintaining the authentic natural relationships that provide much of the psychological and spiritual benefit of plant companionship. As our understanding of plant-human relationships deepens, we may discover that the most effective approaches to plant-enhanced sleep combine ancient wisdom about plant partnerships with modern scientific understanding of the mechanisms through which these relationships operate. The integration of traditional plant knowledge with contemporary research offers the greatest potential for developing comprehensive, sustainable approaches to natural sleep enhancement. The study of indigenous plant traditions from around the world continues to provide insights into plant-human relationships that modern science is only beginning to understand. Many traditional cultures developed sophisticated systems for using plants to support sleep and dreams, and these traditional practices often prove to have measurable scientific bases when subjected to modern analysis. The preservation and respectful study of traditional plant knowledge provides not only practical insights for modern sleep enhancement, but also models for sustainable relationships with the plant world that recognize both human needs and plant welfare. These traditional approaches often emphasize reciprocal relationships where human care and attention support plant health, while plants provide therapeutic benefits to their human partners. The cultural dimensions of plant-human relationships add depth and meaning to bedroom plant practices that goes beyond simple therapeutic applications. Different cultures have developed unique ways of understanding and working with plants that reflect broader worldviews about the relationships between humans and nature. Some cultures view plants as spiritual teachers that can provide guidance and protection during the vulnerable state of sleep. Others see plants as healing allies that work in partnership with human intentions to restore balance and well-being. Still others understand plants as essential community members whose presence creates the conditions necessary for human flourishing. These cultural perspectives remind us that the relationship between plants and sleep is not just a matter of chemistry and biology, but also involves emotional, psychological, and spiritual dimensions that contribute to overall well-being. The meaning and intention we bring to our relationships with bedroom plants may be as important as their measurable therapeutic effects. The practice of creating and maintaining plant-enhanced sleep environments provides opportunities for developing what could be called ecological consciousness, an awareness of the interconnections between human health and environmental health. Caring for bedroom plants requires attention to air quality, water purity, soil health, and light conditions that also affect human well-being. This ecological awareness often extends beyond the bedroom to include broader concerns about environmental quality and sustainability. People who experience the benefits of plant-enhanced sleep environments often become more conscious of how environmental factors affect their health and more motivated to support environmental protection and restoration efforts. The connection between personal plant care and broader environmental consciousness creates what could be called healing circles, where individual actions to support plant health contribute to larger patterns of environmental care that benefit entire communities and ecosystems. As we prepare to conclude our gentle exploration of plants and sleep, we find ourselves immersed in relationships that extend far beyond simple decoration or air purification. The plants that share our sleeping spaces are partners in complex biological, chemical, and ecological processes that support not just our rest, but our overall health and connection to the living world. The presence of plants in bedrooms creates what we might call living sanctuaries, spaces where the artificial boundaries between human and natural systems dissolve into cooperative relationships that benefit all participants. These are environments where every breath connects us to the ancient partnership between plants and animals that has sustained life on Earth for hundreds of millions of years. In the quiet hours of night, as we rest in the gentle embrace of our plant companions, we participate in one of the most fundamental relationships in the living world. The oxygen we breathe, the clean air we enjoy, and the peaceful atmosphere that surrounds us are gifts from plant partners who continue their quiet work even as we sleep. The journey through the world of plants and sleep reveals that rest is not something we do in isolation, but something we share with the living systems that support us. Our sleep is embedded within larger patterns of biological activity that connect us to the rhythms of growth, renewal, and recovery that govern all life. As you drift deeper into the peaceful embrace of sleep, surrounded by the quiet presence of your green companions, remember that you are part of an ancient partnership that has supported life and health for countless generations. The plants sharing your space are not just decorations or air filters, but active participants in the ongoing creation of conditions that make restful sleep possible. Your breathing mingles with their photosynthesis, your rest coincides with their nighttime activities, and your health depends on their quiet work of purification and renewal. In the gentle exchange between human and plant life, we find not just better sleep, but a deeper understanding of our place within the web of relationships that sustains all living things. The plants in your bedroom are more than companions. They are teachers, showing us how to live in harmony with the natural processes that support life. Their patient presence reminds us that health and well-being emerge from relationships, not isolation, and that the deepest rest comes when we allow ourselves to be supported by the living world that surrounds us. In this partnership between human and plant life, we discover that sleep is not an escape from the world, but a return to it. As we settle into the peaceful rhythm of rest, we join our breathing to the ancient dance of oxygen and carbon dioxide that plants and animals have shared for millions of years. We become part of the quiet symphony of growth and renewal that plays continuously in the living world, even in the darkest hours of night. Your sleep tonight is held within this larger pattern of life supporting life, of breath supporting breath, of rest supporting renewal. The plants sharing your space are not just witnesses to your rest, but active participants in creating the conditions that make deep, restorative sleep possible. In their quiet presence, we find not just better rest, but a deeper connection to the living world that sustains us all. The ancient art of plant propagation reveals another dimension of how these green companions can multiply their sleep-enhancing benefits throughout your home. When a spider plant produces its graceful runners with tiny plantlets dangling like stars on invisible threads, it's creating what botanists call vegetative reproduction. Each of these baby plants carries the exact genetic blueprint of its parent, including any adaptations it may have developed for supporting human sleep patterns. The process of rooting these plantlets becomes a gentle meditation in itself, watching tiny white roots emerge from the base of a spider plant baby, knowing that soon you'll have another oxygen-producing companion for your bedroom, creates what researchers call anticipatory wellness. The mind begins to associate the act of plant propagation with future comfort and better sleep, creating positive emotional connections that themselves contribute to relaxation and rest. Pothos plants demonstrate even more remarkable propagation abilities, with virtually any section of vine capable of developing into a complete plant when placed in water. The nodes along pothos stems, those slight swellings where leaves emerge, contain dormant root cells that activate when the cutting is separated from the parent plant. Within days, these nodes begin producing the white, hair-like roots that will eventually support an entirely new plant capable of its own air purification and oxygen production. The timing of plant propagation activities can enhance their sleep-promoting benefits. Evening propagation work, conducted in the gentle light of sunset or soft indoor lighting, naturally aligns with the body's preparation for rest. The repetitive, careful motions of cutting stems, preparing rooting medium, and placing cuttings engage what neuroscientists call the relaxation response, while creating future sources of bedroom tranquility. Seasonal propagation cycles mirror the natural rhythms that govern healthy sleep patterns. Spring propagation takes advantage of plants' natural growth surge, creating vigorous new specimens that quickly establish themselves as effective bedroom companions. Summer propagation allows for outdoor rooting in natural conditions before bringing new plants indoors for autumn and winter sleep enhancement. The success rate of plant propagation often improves when conducted during the evening hours, possibly because lower light levels and cooler temperatures create less stress for plant cuttings. This timing creates natural opportunities to incorporate propagation activities into evening routines, providing gentle, purposeful activities that help transition from the alertness of day to the calm of approaching night. Root development in plant cuttings follows predictable patterns that can provide ongoing sources of gentle interest and anticipation. The first tiny root hairs typically appear within 3 to 7 days, followed by longer, more substantial roots that develop over the following weeks. Watching this progression provides what psychologists call positive anticipation, a mental state that promotes optimism and reduces the anxiety that often interferes with sleep. Different plants require different propagation techniques, each offering its own form of meditative engagement. Leaf propagation in succulents like jade plants and echeveria creates miniature gardens of possibility, with dozens of tiny new plants emerging from individual leaves. The patience required for leaf propagation, which can take weeks or months to produce fully developed plants, teaches the kind of gentle persistence that supports long-term sleep health improvements. Air layering, the technique used to propagate plants like rubber trees and fiddle leaf figs, while they remain attached to the parent plant, demonstrates the sophisticated ways plants can reproduce themselves. This process involves wounding a section of stem and encouraging root development, while the cutting continues to receive nutrients from the parent plant. The gradual emergence of roots through the moss or rooting medium provides ongoing opportunities for gentle observation and care. Division propagation, used for plants like peace lilies and snake plants, reveals the hidden structures that support these plants' sleep-enhancing abilities. When dividing a peace lily, you discover the thick, white roots that process water and nutrients, the crown sections that produce new growth, and the intricate root systems that create the plant's air-purifying capabilities. Understanding these hidden structures deepens appreciation for the complex biological processes that support better sleep. The water chemistry involved in plant propagation affects both root development and the eventual sleep-enhancing properties of new plants. Chlorinated tap water can inhibit root development and stress plant cuttings, while filtered or rainwater provides optimal conditions for healthy root formation. The quality of water used during propagation influences the long-term health and therapeutic effectiveness of bedroom plants. Rooting hormones, natural substances that encourage root development in plant cuttings, demonstrate the sophisticated chemical signaling systems that plants use to coordinate their growth and development. These hormones, which can be synthetic or derived from other plants like willow bark, contain compounds that stimulate cellular division and root formation, while also providing mild antiseptic properties that protect cuttings from infection. The containers used for plant propagation contribute to both success rates and the meditative quality of propagation activities. Clear glass containers allow observation of root development while providing the clean, orderly visual experience that promotes mental calm. Natural materials like ceramic or terracotta create more complex microclimates around developing roots, while adding textural interest that engages the senses without overwhelming them. Propagation timing can be coordinated with lunar cycles, following traditional gardening wisdom that suggests certain moon phases promote better root development and plant establishment. While scientific evidence for lunar gardening remains limited, many experienced plant propagators report better success rates when timing their activities to coincide with specific lunar phases, particularly the waxing moon periods associated with increasing growth energy. The social aspects of plant propagation create community connections that support overall well-being and indirectly enhance sleep quality. Sharing successful plant cuttings with friends, family members, and neighbors creates networks of plant enthusiasts who can offer advice, encouragement, and mutual support for maintaining healthy bedroom plant environments. Plant swaps and exchanges provide opportunities to diversify bedroom plant collections while building relationships with other people who value natural approaches to health and well-being. These social connections reduce isolation and create shared interests that contribute to the social support networks known to promote better mental health and sleep quality. The giving and receiving of plants creates what anthropologists call gift relationships, reciprocal exchanges that strengthen social bonds and create ongoing connections between people. When you give someone a cutting from your successful bedroom plant, you're sharing not just a living organism, but also the potential for better sleep and improved well-being. Propagation records and journals provide ongoing projects that engage attention in positive, growth-oriented activities. Tracking the progress of plant cuttings, noting success rates with different techniques, and recording observations about root development creates structured activities that focus the mind on life and growth rather than stress and worry. Photography of propagation progress creates visual records that can be reviewed during quiet evening hours, providing gentle mental engagement that supports relaxation without stimulation. Time-lapse photography of root development reveals the hidden dynamism of plant life, showing the continuous growth and change that occurs even in apparently static plant cuttings. The seasonal care required for newly propagated plants provides ongoing opportunities for gentle, nurturing activities throughout the year. Young plants need more frequent attention than established specimens, creating natural rhythms of care that can be integrated into daily and weekly routines in ways that support consistent sleep schedules. Hardening off, the process of gradually acclimating propagated plants to their permanent growing conditions, teaches patience and attention to subtle environmental changes. This process requires careful monitoring of light levels, temperature changes, and watering needs, providing structured activities that engage attention while building understanding of the environmental factors that affect both plant health and sleep quality. The establishment period for newly propagated plants, typically lasting several months, provides extended opportunities for observation and care that can enhance the human-plant relationships that support better sleep. During this period, plants are particularly responsive to care and attention, often showing rapid growth and development that creates positive feedback loops of nurturing and response. Transplanting propagated plants into their permanent containers marks important transitions in both plant development and human-plant relationships. The selection of appropriate containers, soil mixtures, and placement locations provides opportunities for thoughtful decision-making about how to optimize plant health and sleep-enhancing benefits. The integration of newly propagated plants into existing bedroom plant arrangements requires consideration of how different species interact with each other and with the overall bedroom environment. Plant compatibility involves factors like light requirements, watering needs, humidity preferences, and growth patterns, creating complex puzzles that engage problem-solving abilities in positive, life-affirming ways. Companion planting principles apply to bedroom plant arrangements just as they do to outdoor gardens. Some plants support each other's growth and health when placed in proximity, while others may compete for resources or create unfavorable conditions. Understanding these relationships allows for the creation of bedroom plant communities that work together to maximize air purification, aromatherapy, and oxygen production. The maturation process of propagated plants provides ongoing sources of anticipation and satisfaction as young specimens develop into full-sized, flowering plants capable of their own significant contributions to bedroom air quality and atmosphere. This long-term development cycle creates what psychologists call delayed gratification satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment that comes from nurturing long-term projects to successful completion. Seasonal flowering cycles in propagated plants provide predictable sources of beauty and fragrance that can be anticipated and enjoyed as part of annual rhythms. Plants propagated in spring often produce their first flowers within their first year, creating immediate rewards for propagation efforts while establishing the flowering cycles that will provide ongoing aromatherapy benefits. The genetic diversity introduced through plant propagation allows for experimentation with different varieties and cultivars that may have enhanced sleep-promoting properties. Some varieties of common bedroom plants have been selected for increased fragrance production, improved air purification capabilities, or enhanced tolerance for bedroom growing conditions. Mutation and variation in propagated plants occasionally produce specimens with unique characteristics that may offer superior sleep enhancement benefits. These natural variations provide opportunities for selection and further propagation of plants with enhanced therapeutic properties, creating personalized plant varieties optimized for individual sleep needs. The documentation of plant propagation success and failure provides valuable learning opportunities that improve future propagation efforts while creating records of plant relationships and their effects on sleep quality. These records become personal plant libraries that can guide future bedroom plant selection and care decisions. Seasonal propagation planning allows for the creation of succession plantings that ensure continuous availability of vigorous, healthy bedroom plants throughout the year. Planning propagation activities months in advance creates anticipatory activities that provide gentle mental engagement, while ensuring optimal timing for plant establishment and development. The tools and equipment used for plant propagation become extensions of the caring relationship between humans and plants. Sharp, clean cutting tools ensure healthy propagation while demonstrating respect for plant life. Specialized rooting containers, heating mats, and growing lights create optimal conditions for plant development, while providing opportunities for learning about the environmental factors that support both plant and human health. The maintenance of propagation equipment provides additional opportunities for mindful, caring activities that can be integrated into evening routines. Cleaning and sharpening propagation tools, sterilizing containers, and organizing supplies create structured activities that focus attention on preparation and care rather than stress and worry. Advanced propagation techniques like grafting and air layering provide complex, long-term projects for experienced plant enthusiasts while demonstrating the sophisticated ways plants can be encouraged to reproduce and thrive. These advanced techniques require patience, skill, and attention to detail, providing engaging challenges that build competence and confidence while creating superior bedroom plant specimens. The scientific understanding of plant propagation continues to evolve, revealing new techniques and insights that can improve success rates while deepening appreciation for the biological processes involved in plant reproduction. Recent research into plant hormones, root development, and cellular division provides practical insights for propagation while revealing the remarkable sophistication of plant biological systems. Plant tissue culture, the laboratory technique of growing plants from individual cells or small tissue samples, represents the cutting edge of plant propagation science. While primarily used in commercial plant production, understanding tissue culture principles provides insights into the cellular processes that govern plant growth and development, enhancing appreciation for the biological complexity of bedroom plant companions. The future of plant propagation may include genetic techniques that enhance the sleep-promoting properties of bedroom plants while maintaining their natural characteristics and growth patterns. Selective breeding programs focused on increased essential oil production, enhanced air purification capabilities, or improved adaptation to indoor growing conditions could produce varieties specifically optimized for bedroom use. Sustainable propagation practices that minimize environmental impact while maximizing plant health create models for responsible plant cultivation that align with broader environmental values. These practices include water conservation, organic growing media, renewable energy for supplemental lighting, and integrated pest management approaches that avoid synthetic chemicals. The integration of propagation activities with other aspects of bedroom plant care creates comprehensive plant relationship practices that support both plant health and human well-being. Coordinating propagation with repotting, fertilizing, and seasonal care activities creates efficient care routines while maximizing opportunities for positive plant interaction. Community propagation projects that involve multiple households or neighborhood groups create shared learning experiences while building social connections around plant cultivation and natural health practices. These projects can include seed exchanges, cutting swaps, community propagation workshops, and shared greenhouse spaces that make advanced propagation techniques accessible to more people. Educational propagation programs that teach plant reproduction techniques, while explaining the scientific principles involved, create opportunities for lifelong learning that enhance both gardening skills and understanding of biological processes. These programs can range from informal workshops to formal courses that provide certification in plant propagation techniques. The therapeutic aspects of plant propagation extend beyond the sleep-enhancing benefits of the resulting plants to include the mental health benefits of engaging in nurturing, life-affirming activities. Propagation therapy programs use plant reproduction activities as tools for stress reduction, anxiety management, and depression treatment, while providing participants with living reminders of their capacity for growth and renewal. Research into the psychological effects of plant propagation activities reveals measurable benefits including reduced cortisol levels, improved mood, and enhanced feelings of self-efficacy and accomplishment. These benefits complement the direct sleep-enhancing effects of bedroom plants by addressing the psychological and emotional factors that often interfere with restful sleep. The meditative qualities of plant propagation activities provide natural opportunities for mindfulness practice that can be integrated into broader stress management and sleep hygiene approaches. The focused attention required for successful propagation naturally quiets mental chatter while providing positive focal points for awareness and concentration. As we continue to explore the intricate relationships between plants and sleep, plant propagation emerges as both a practical technique for expanding bedroom plant collections and a therapeutic activity that supports the mental and emotional conditions necessary for restful sleep. The patient, nurturing activities involved in plant reproduction create natural rhythms of care and attention that align with the biological rhythms governing healthy sleep cycles. The success of plant propagation depends on understanding and working with natural biological processes rather than forcing or rushing plant development. This patience and respect for natural timing provides valuable lessons for approaching sleep difficulties, suggesting that sustainable improvements in sleep quality come from working with biological rhythms rather than against them. The interconnections between plant propagation success, plant health, therapeutic effectiveness, and human well-being demonstrate the complex relationships that govern natural approaches to health and healing. Each element of the plant-human partnership influences every other element, creating systems of mutual support that benefit both plant and human participants. In the gentle art of plant propagation, we discover not just techniques for creating more bedroom plant companions, but models for the kind of patient, attentive care that supports all aspects of health and well-being. The cuttings taking root in water on your windowsill are more than future plants. They are living symbols of growth, renewal, and the possibility of creating environments that naturally support the deep, restorative sleep that makes all other aspects of life possible. The seasonal rhythms that govern plant propagation mirror the natural cycles that regulate healthy sleep patterns, reminding us that both plant reproduction and human rest are embedded within larger patterns of biological timing. As we learn to work with these natural rhythms in our plant propagation activities, we simultaneously learn to work with the biological rhythms that govern our own rest and recovery. The relationship between successful plant propagation and improved sleep quality creates positive feedback loops where caring for plants enhances rest, which provides the energy and patience needed for effective plant care, which creates better sleeping environments that support even deeper rest. In these mutually beneficial relationships, we discover the principles that govern all sustainable approaches to health and well-being. The fascinating world of plant circadian rhythms reveals how these green companions naturally synchronize their activities with our own daily cycles of rest and wakefulness. Just as humans produce melatonin as darkness approaches, plants have their own internal clocks that regulate when they open their stomata, release fragrances, and produce their highest concentrations of therapeutic compounds. This biological timing system, refined over millions of years of evolution, creates what could be called natural aromatherapy schedules that automatically intensify their sleep-promoting effects precisely when we need them most. Morning glory plants demonstrate this timing perfectly, with their trumpet-shaped flowers opening at dawn and closing as afternoon heat builds. But their evening cousins, like 4 o'clock flowers and moonflowers, reverse this pattern entirely. These night-blooming species have evolved to attract nocturnal pollinators, timing their peak fragrance production to coincide with the cooling air and increased humidity of evening hours. The same volatile compounds that draw night-flying moths also happen to promote relaxation and drowsiness in humans, creating what seems like an evolutionary partnership between plant reproduction and human rest. The chemistry behind this timing involves complex molecular processes that respond to temperature, humidity, and light levels. As air temperatures drop in the evening, the cellular membranes in plant leaves become more permeable, allowing aromatic compounds to escape more readily into the surrounding atmosphere. This increased volatility means that a jasmine plant releases 3 times more fragrance at 8 in the evening than it does at 2 in the afternoon, creating natural crescendos of aromatherapy that build throughout the evening hours. Light sensitivity plays an equally important role in plant timing systems. Many sleep-promoting plants contain photoreceptors that detect not just the presence or absence of light, but also subtle changes in light quality and intensity. As daylight shifts from the bright blue-rich illumination of midday to the warmer red-rich light of sunset, these photoreceptors trigger cascades of biochemical changes that prepare plants for their nighttime activities. Some plants take this light sensitivity to remarkable extremes. Evening. Primrose flowers remain tightly closed during daylight hours, but as soon as light levels drop below a specific threshold, the flowers begin to open, a process that takes exactly 90 minutes from initiation to full bloom. This precise timing ensures that the flowers reach peak fragrance production just as human circadian rhythms begin shifting towards sleep preparation. The temperature sensitivity of plant aromatics creates another layer of a natural timing that aligns with human sleep patterns. Most essential oils and aromatic compounds become more volatile as temperatures cool, which is why plant fragrances often seem strongest during the pleasant coolness of evening hours. This natural intensification of aromatherapy effects occurs precisely when human body temperature begins its natural decline in preparation for sleep. Humidity changes throughout the day also influence plant aromatic production. Higher humidity levels, which typically occur during evening hours as temperatures drop and dew begins to form, allow plant fragrances to travel further and persist longer in the air. A bedroom with several aromatic plants can develop what could be called fragrance layers throughout the evening, with different plants contributing their therapeutic compounds at different times and intensities. The soil temperature around plant roots affects the timing and intensity of beneficial compound production in ways that extend the therapeutic effects throughout entire 24-hour cycles. Cooler soil temperatures that develop during evening hours stimulate increased root activity in many plants, leading to enhanced nutrient uptake and processing that supports higher production of sleep-promoting substances during nighttime hours. Water uptake patterns in plants follow daily rhythms that complement human sleep cycles. Most plants increase their water absorption during cooler evening and nighttime hours, leading to increased transpiration that adds beneficial humidity to bedroom environments precisely when dry air might otherwise interfere with comfortable breathing during sleep. This natural timing creates optimal conditions for nasal breathing and reduces the mouth breathing that can fragment sleep cycles. The interaction between plant circadian rhythms and artificial lighting in bedrooms requires careful consideration to avoid disrupting either plant timing or human melatonin production. Plants exposed to bright artificial lighting during evening hours may delay their natural aromatherapy production, while humans exposed to blue-rich light may experience delayed melatonin release. Understanding these interactions allows for lighting choices that support both plant therapeutic activities and human circadian rhythm maintenance. Seasonal variations in plant circadian timing create opportunities to optimize bedroom plant arrangements throughout the year. During summer months when daylight hours are longest, plants may delay their evening aromatic production until quite late in the evening. Winter conditions, with their shorter days and longer nights, often cause plants to begin their therapeutic compound release earlier in the day, providing aromatherapy support during the extended darkness that can sometimes feel overwhelming. The geographic origins of different plant species influence their circadian timing in ways that can be matched to individual sleep preferences and local climate conditions. Plants native to equatorial regions, where day and night lengths remain relatively constant throughout the year, tend to maintain more consistent timing patterns regardless of seasonal changes. Plants from temperate regions show more dramatic seasonal adjustments that may complement natural human responses to changing daylight patterns. Desert plants like aloe vera and various cacti have evolved circadian rhythms adapted to extreme temperature fluctuations, opening their stomata and increasing their metabolic activity during the cool nighttime hours when water loss is minimized. This timing makes them particularly effective bedroom companions in dry climates or during winter months when indoor heating systems reduce humidity to uncomfortable levels. Tropical plants that evolved in rainforest understories often show circadian patterns adapted to filtered, changing light conditions. These plants may be particularly sensitive to the subtle light changes that occur during evening hours, making them responsive bedroom companions that adjust their therapeutic activities to match the natural progression from daylight to darkness. The elevation at which plants evolved also influences their circadian timing, with high-altitude species often showing compressed daily cycles that reflect the rapid temperature changes and intense UV exposure of mountain environments. These plants may provide more concentrated therapeutic effects during shorter time periods, making them suitable for people who need intense aromatherapy support during brief bedtime routines. Plant age affects circadian timing patterns, with younger plants often showing more flexible responses to environmental cues, while mature plants develop more consistent, predictable rhythms. Established bedroom plants that have lived in consistent indoor environments for months or years often develop circadian patterns that closely match household routines, providing maximum therapeutic benefits during the specific hours when household members typically prepare for and engage in sleep. The size and maturity of plant root systems influence the consistency and intensity of circadian-based therapeutic compound production. Well-established root systems can process larger quantities of nutrients and water, supporting more robust production of beneficial substances throughout daily cycles. This suggests that patience in allowing bedroom plants to fully establish themselves pays dividends in terms of long-term sleep enhancement benefits. Dormancy periods that many plants experience during winter months create opportunities for root system development and the concentration of therapeutic compounds. Plants that reduce their visible growth during winter often redirect their energy into root expansion and the production of more potent essential oils and other beneficial substances. This natural concentration effect can make winter months particularly beneficial for plant-based sleep enhancement, despite reduced flowering and visible growth. The pruning and harvesting of aromatic plants can be timed to work with natural circadian rhythms to maximize both plant health and therapeutic compound production. Evening harvesting of herbs like lavender and chamomile captures these plants at their daily peak of essential oil concentration, while the gentle activity provides relaxing transition activities that support bedtime routine development. Watering schedules that align with plant circadian rhythms enhance both plant health and therapeutic effectiveness. Most plants benefit from morning watering that allows them to process nutrients throughout the day and build the resources needed for evening and nighttime therapeutic compound production. However, light evening watering can stimulate transpiration, increases that provide immediate humidity benefits during sleep preparation hours. Fertilization timing affects the production of therapeutic compounds in ways that can be optimized for sleep enhancement benefits. Slow-release organic fertilizers applied during spring months support steady nutrient availability throughout growing seasons, while liquid fertilizers applied in late afternoon can provide immediate nutrient boosts that enhance evening therapeutic compound production. The positioning of plants within bedrooms can be optimized to take advantage of natural circadian timing patterns. Plants placed near east-facing windows receive the gentle morning light that helps maintain healthy circadian rhythms, while avoiding the intense afternoon heat that can stress plants and reduce therapeutic compound production. West-facing positions allow plants to receive late-day light that may extend their therapeutic activity periods into evening hours. Air circulation patterns within bedrooms affect how plant-produced aromatherapy compounds distribute throughout sleeping spaces. Understanding natural air movement patterns allows for plant placement that maximizes the distribution of beneficial compounds during evening hours, when they're most needed for sleep preparation and maintenance. Temperature gradients within bedrooms create microclimates that can be used strategically to optimize plant circadian timing. Slightly cooler areas may encourage earlier aromatic compound release, while warmer locations may delay peak production until later evening hours. This allows for the creation of staged aromatherapy effects that build throughout bedtime preparation periods. The integration of multiple plant species with different circadian timing patterns creates layered therapeutic effects that provide continuous support throughout evening and nighttime hours. Early evening plants like lavender may provide initial relaxation support, while late evening species like jasmine maintain therapeutic benefits throughout sleep periods, and early morning plants like mint family species support gentle awakening processes. Companion planting principles applied to bedroom plant arrangements can enhance the circadian timing effects of individual species. Some plants release compounds that encourage nearby plants to increase their own therapeutic production, creating synergistic effects that amplify overall sleep enhancement benefits. Understanding these plant-to-plant communications allows for the creation of bedroom plant communities that work together to optimize therapeutic timing. The observation and documentation of plant circadian patterns in bedroom environments provides insights that can be used to refine plant selection and placement for optimal sleep enhancement. Keeping simple records of when plants release their strongest fragrances, when they show increased metabolic activity, and how these patterns change throughout seasons creates personalized plant timing guides that can inform care decisions and arrangement modifications. Photography and time-lapse documentation of plant circadian behaviors provides engaging activities that focus attention on positive, growth-oriented observations, while building understanding of the natural rhythms that govern both plant activity and human rest. These documentation activities can become part of evening routines that support the mental transition from daytime alertness to nighttime rest. The measurement of environmental conditions like temperature, humidity, and light levels throughout daily cycles provides data that can be used to optimize bedroom conditions for both plant health and human sleep quality. Simple monitoring tools can reveal patterns that suggest optimal timing for plant care activities and environmental adjustments that support natural circadian rhythms. The correlation between plant circadian activities and human sleep quality can be tracked through sleep journals that record both plant observations and sleep experiences. Over time, these records may reveal connections between specific plant behaviors and sleep improvements that can guide future plant selection and care decisions. Seasonal adjustments to plant care routines can be timed to work with changing circadian patterns to maintain optimal therapeutic benefits throughout the year. Understanding how plant timing shifts with seasonal changes allows for care modifications that support consistent sleep enhancement despite changing daylight patterns and environmental conditions. The adaptation of plant circadian rhythms to artificial lighting schedules in modern homes creates opportunities to maintain consistent therapeutic timing despite irregular daylight exposure. Plants can gradually adjust their circadian patterns to match household lighting routines, providing predictable therapeutic benefits that align with human schedule needs. Advanced plant selection, based on circadian timing preferences, allows for the creation of personalized bedroom plant arrangements that match individual sleep patterns and preferences. Early sleepers may benefit from plants with earlier evening peak activity, while night owls may prefer species that maintain therapeutic activity later into the night. The future of circadian-based plant sleep enhancement may include breeding programs that select for enhanced therapeutic compound production during specific time periods, creating plant varieties optimized for different sleep timing preferences and circadian rhythm support needs. Research into plant circadian mechanisms continues to reveal new opportunities for optimizing plant-based sleep enhancement through timing-based approaches. Understanding the molecular processes that govern plant circadian rhythms provides insights that can be applied to maximize therapeutic benefits while supporting overall plant health and longevity. The integration of plant circadian timing with other natural sleep enhancement approaches creates comprehensive systems that work with biological rhythms rather than against them. Combining properly timed plant aromatherapy with appropriate lighting, temperature control, and sleep hygiene practices creates bedroom environments that support every aspect of healthy circadian rhythm maintenance. The wisdom of traditional cultures that developed sophisticated understanding of plant timing patterns provides models for modern applications of circadian-based plant therapy. Many traditional plant medicine systems include detailed knowledge about optimal timing for plant harvesting, preparation, and use that reflects deep understanding of natural rhythm patterns. As we deepen our understanding of plant circadian rhythms and their relationship to human sleep cycles, we discover that the timing of plant therapeutic activities is not random or coincidental, but precisely calibrated to support the biological rhythms that govern rest and recovery. The plants sharing our bedrooms are not just producing beneficial compounds, but producing them at exactly the right times to support our natural progression through the daily cycle of wakefulness and rest. This remarkable synchronization between plant and human biological rhythms suggests a level of evolutionary coordination that goes beyond simple environmental adaptation. The plants that have become most valued as sleep companions are those whose circadian patterns most closely align with human sleep needs, creating partnerships that benefit both plant reproduction and human rest. The gentle precision of plant circadian timing provides models for approaching sleep enhancement that work with natural biological patterns rather than forcing artificial schedules or interventions. By understanding and working with plant timing patterns, we learn to recognize and support our own circadian rhythms in ways that promote sustainable, long-term improvements in sleep quality. In the quiet synchronization between plant circadian activities and human sleep cycles, we find evidence of the deep biological connections that link all living systems. The therapeutic compounds released by bedroom plants during evening hours are not just chemical substances, but precisely timed biological communications that support the ancient partnership between plant and animal life that has sustained health and vitality for millions of years. As you rest tonight in the gentle embrace of your plant companions, their circadian rhythms quietly coordinating with your own biological timing, remember that you are participating in one of the most elegant examples of biological cooperation in the natural world. The therapeutic benefits you receive are not accidental, but the result of millions of years of evolutionary fine-tuning that has created perfect partnerships between plant therapeutic activities and human rest requirements. The plants in your bedroom are not just following their own internal clocks, but participating in a larger symphony of biological timing that includes your own circadian rhythms, creating harmonious relationships that support the deep, restorative sleep that makes all other aspects of life possible. In this quiet coordination between plant and human biological timing, we discover that rest is not something we achieve in isolation, but something we share with the living world that surrounds and supports us. The microscopic world within plant leaves reveals another layer of sleep-enhancing activity that operates below the threshold of human perception, yet creates measurable effects on bedroom environments. Within each leaf cell, thousands of chloroplasts work like tiny green factories, processing carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and sugars through the intricate dance of photosynthesis. During daylight hours, these cellular powerhouses operate at peak efficiency, but their nighttime activities follow different patterns that directly benefit human sleep. Stomata, the microscopic pores on leaf surfaces that regulate gas exchange, open and close in response to circadian signals that coordinate perfectly with human rest cycles. As evening approaches and temperatures cool, these cellular gates adjust their aperture to optimize the release of beneficial compounds while continuing to process the carbon dioxide that accumulates in enclosed bedroom spaces. A single large houseplant may contain millions of these microscopic breathing pores, creating a vast network of air processing capacity that operates continuously throughout the night. The enzymatic processes within plant cells follow their own daily rhythms, with different metabolic pathways becoming more active during evening and nighttime hours. Terpene synthesis, the cellular process that creates most plant aromatics, often peaks during the cool darkness of night, when these volatile compounds can travel furthest without being broken down by heat and intense light. This cellular timing means that bedroom plants are literally manufacturing their most potent therapeutic compounds during the exact hours when human sleep preparation and maintenance occur. Cellular respiration in plants, the process by which they convert stored sugars into usable energy, continues throughout the night and actually increases in some species during darkness. This increased metabolic activity supports the production of secondary metabolites, the complex organic compounds that provide most of plants' therapeutic effects. Unlike primary metabolites that support basic plant survival, these secondary compounds often serve protective or communicative functions that coincidentally benefit human health and rest. The movement of water through plant vascular systems creates subtle pressure changes that affect the timing and intensity of aromatic compound release. As transpiration rates change throughout daily cycles, the internal pressure within plant stems and leaves fluctuates, creating natural pumping actions that help distribute therapeutic compounds throughout plant tissues and into surrounding air. This hydraulic timing system ensures that beneficial substances reach their peak concentrations precisely when they're most needed for sleep support. Plant cell walls contain specialized structures called oil glands that store concentrated essential oils until specific environmental triggers cause their release. Temperature drops, humidity changes, and reduced light levels all serve as natural timing cues that cause these cellular storage chambers to open, flooding plant tissues with aromatic compounds that then diffuse into bedroom atmospheres. The quantity of essential oils that can be stored and released by these cellular structures is remarkable, with some plants capable of producing their own body weight in therapeutic compounds over the course of a growing season. The electrical activity within plant cells creates weak bioelectric fields that may interact with human nervous systems in ways that promote relaxation and sleep. Plant cells maintain electrical potentials across their membranes through the controlled movement of ions, and these electrical patterns change in response to environmental conditions and circadian rhythms. Research into plant bioelectricity suggests that the electromagnetic signatures generated by healthy plants may help synchronize human brainwave patterns with natural rhythms that support deep sleep. Intercellular communication within plants involves complex chemical signaling networks that coordinate responses to environmental changes and internal timing cues. When one part of a plant detects evening conditions, it sends chemical messages throughout the entire plant structure, triggering coordinated responses that maximize therapeutic compound production and release. This internal communication ensures that bedroom plants respond as unified organisms rather than collections of individual leaves and stems. The pH levels within plant cells fluctuate throughout daily cycles, affecting the solubility and availability of different therapeutic compounds. Slightly acidic conditions that develop during evening hours enhance the production and release of certain beneficial substances, while neutral conditions during daylight hours support different metabolic processes. Understanding these cellular pH cycles helps explain why the same plant may have different therapeutic effects at different times of day. Enzyme activity within plant cells follows circadian patterns that determine when specific therapeutic compounds are synthesized and when they become available for release into surrounding air. Some enzymes that produce sleep-promoting substances are most active during evening hours, while others that create energizing compounds peak during morning periods. This enzymatic timing ensures that plants provide the right therapeutic effects at the right times to support healthy human circadian rhythms. The concentration gradients that develop within plant tissues create natural timing mechanisms for the release of beneficial compounds. As cellular concentrations of therapeutic substances build throughout the day, they create pressure that drives diffusion into intercellular spaces and eventually into surrounding air. Evening temperature drops and humidity changes alter these concentration gradients, triggering increased release of accumulated therapeutic compounds. Cellular membrane permeability in plants changes throughout daily cycles, affecting how readily therapeutic compounds can move from inside cells to external surfaces where they can be released into bedroom air. Cooler evening temperatures increase membrane fluidity, allowing for enhanced compound transport, while warmer daytime conditions restrict this movement. This natural timing mechanism ensures that maximum therapeutic compound release occurs during evening and nighttime hours, when it's most beneficial for human sleep. The storage and mobilization of cellular energy in plants affects their ability to produce therapeutic compounds throughout different periods of daily cycles. During daylight hours, plants store energy in the form of starches and sugars that can be converted back into usable energy during darkness to support nighttime metabolic processes. Plants with larger energy storage capacities can maintain higher levels of therapeutic compound production throughout extended nighttime periods. Cellular defense mechanisms in plants often involve the production of compounds that coincidentally provide therapeutic benefits for humans. Many of the substances that plants produce to protect themselves from insects, fungi, and other threats also happen to have calming or sleep-promoting effects on human nervous systems. This suggests that the therapeutic relationship between plants and humans may have evolved from plants' natural chemical defense systems. The timing of cellular division and growth in plants affects their overall capacity for therapeutic compound production. Most plant cell division occurs during nighttime hours when energy demands for photosynthesis are reduced, allowing plants to allocate resources to growth and secondary metabolite production. Younger, actively growing plant tissues often produce higher concentrations of therapeutic compounds than older, more mature tissues. Water storage within plant cells creates reservoirs that support consistent therapeutic compound production, even during periods of environmental stress. Succulent plants like aloe vera store large quantities of water within specialized cellular structures, allowing them to maintain steady production of beneficial compounds regardless of watering schedules or humidity fluctuations. This cellular water storage ensures reliable therapeutic benefits from bedroom plants even during periods of irregular care. The breakdown and recycling of cellular components within plants follows daily patterns that affect therapeutic compound availability. During evening hours, plants often increase the breakdown of older cellular structures to provide raw materials for the synthesis of new therapeutic compounds. This cellular recycling ensures that plants can maintain high levels of beneficial substance production without depleting their energy reserves. Cellular communication between different plant organs coordinates therapeutic compound production and distribution throughout entire plant structures. Root cells send chemical signals to leaf cells about nutrient availability, while leaf cells communicate information about light and atmospheric conditions back to roots. This whole plant communication network ensures that therapeutic compound production is optimized based on overall plant health and environmental conditions. The seasonal adjustment of cellular processes in plants affects their long-term therapeutic effectiveness as bedroom companions. During winter months, many plants reduce their cellular activity levels while concentrating therapeutic compounds in remaining active tissues. This seasonal concentration effect can actually increase the potency of plant-produced beneficial substances during months when indoor air quality is typically poorest due to closed windows and increased heating system operation. Genetic expression patterns within plant cells change throughout daily cycles, turning different genes on and off in response to circadian timing cues. The genes responsible for therapeutic compound production often show peak expression during evening and early nighttime hours, ensuring that cellular machinery for producing beneficial substances is most active when these compounds are most needed for human sleep support. The interaction between plant cellular processes and environmental factors like air pollution, electromagnetic fields, and chemical contaminants affects their ability to produce therapeutic compounds. Healthy cellular function depends on clean air, appropriate light levels, and minimal exposure to disruptive influences. Bedroom plants that are protected from environmental stresses maintain higher levels of beneficial compound production than those exposed to pollutants or electromagnetic interference. Advanced understanding of plant cellular processes opens possibilities for optimizing bedroom environments to support maximum therapeutic compound production, providing appropriate nutrients, maintaining optimal temperature and humidity ranges, and ensuring adequate but not excessive light exposure all support healthy cellular function that translates directly into enhanced sleep-promoting benefits. The future of plant-based sleep enhancement may include techniques for monitoring and optimizing cellular processes in real time to ensure maximum therapeutic compound production. Sensors that detect cellular electrical activity, metabolic rates, and compound concentrations could provide feedback for adjusting environmental conditions to support peak plant therapeutic performance. Breeding programs that select for enhanced cellular processes related to therapeutic compound production could create plant varieties with superior sleep-enhancing capabilities. Understanding the genetic and cellular mechanisms that control beneficial substance synthesis allows for targeted selection of plants with enhanced therapeutic potential while maintaining their natural characteristics and growth patterns. The integration of cellular-level understanding with practical plant care creates comprehensive approaches to bedroom plant maintenance that optimize both plant health and therapeutic effectiveness. Care routines that support healthy cellular function naturally enhance therapeutic compound production, while creating sustainable plant-human relationships that provide long-term sleep enhancement benefits. And so our gentle journey through the world of plants and sleep draws to its quiet close. We've wandered together through 100 fascinating truths about these remarkable green companions who share our homes, our air, and our nights. From the ancient wisdom of civilizations who first recognized plants as partners in rest, to the cutting-edge science revealing cellular processes that operate beneath our awareness, we've discovered that the relationship between plants and sleep runs far deeper than simple decoration or basic air purification. Tonight, you've learned how these living beings work tirelessly through the darkness, their stomata opening to release fresh oxygen, their roots processing nutrients into therapeutic compounds, their internal clocks synchronized with your own circadian rhythms, You've discovered the intricate chemistry of compounds like linalool and apigenin, the sophisticated timing of evening primrose and jasmine blooms, and the remarkable ability of plants to adapt their beneficial activities to match the rhythms of human households. These green companions in your bedroom are not merely surviving alongside you, they are actively participating in the creation of environments that support your deepest rest. They are partners in an ancient dance of breath and renewal, oxygen and carbon dioxide, growth and restoration that has sustained life on Earth for hundreds of millions of years. As you settle into sleep tonight, surrounded perhaps by your own quiet plant companions, remember that every breath you take connects you to this larger web of life. The oxygen filling your lungs was created by photosynthesis. The calming compounds easing your transition to rest were crafted by plant metabolism, and the gentle humidity supporting comfortable breathing comes from transpiration through countless microscopic pores. Your sleep is not separate from the natural world, but woven into it. In choosing to share your most private spaces with living plants, you participate in relationships that nurture both human rest and plant vitality, creating sanctuaries where the boundaries between self and nature dissolve into peaceful cooperation. Sweet dreams. And may your plant companions watch over your rest as gently as they have shared this quiet exploration with us tonight. Companions, watch over your rest as gently as they have shared this quiet exploration with us tonight.